Yeah. You wanna talk to me? I wanna talk to you. Mm. Huni! Woo, man, that was a good fight, man. Good fight. Too bad for Huni though that they showed the ringside footage of the count or whatever, and like, yeah, that count was really fast, man. It was too fast, way too fast. I think the referee waved it off at 5 as Huni was still getting up. He waved it off at 5, and it's like, yeah, you could kind of see the favoritism or the hometown cooking, if you want to call it that. That the referee, he waved it off as soon as Huni's rising to his feet. Before you get to see if his equilibrium is off, if he's going to follow your commands, the referee waved it off. So I do see what people were complaining about. They're like, yeah, that shit was too fast. I have to agree that, yeah, he was in a hurry to finish that fight. He was in a hurry to finish it. What it do, Rich? What it do, Omar Country Gooch? We out here, y'all. We out here, y'all. It was fast. I ain't gonna lie, but I still feel like Fabio deserves a lot of credit for being able to land a hard shot like that when he's being basically carved up like a Christmas turkey. For him to rally back like that, it was really dramatic. It was really something. So I still think he deserves a lot of credit for that. But I do think we can all agree that the referee was in a hurry to finish that fight. Like, he stopped it at 5 and Huni's rising. So you don't really know if when he gets up, is he gonna be off balance? Is he still hurt? Like, it's like, for as many rounds as he won, he deserved a bit more consideration than what he got. So yeah, I agree that it was too fast. It was way too fast.
That was rather impressive, you know.
But it was impressive. Like, you got to give it to Fabio to, like, yeah, dog. Like, he really, you know what I'm saying? To find a right hand like that in the 10th when you've been getting beat up for like 7 rounds.
Yeah.
Ray, we start off tonight with a question, fellas. I saw Eson with the Nissan talk about a fantasy fight. Manny Pacquiao, welterweight. Felix Trinidad, welterweight. Who do you think would have won that fight?
I think we would, by like the 9th round, they would be scraping Manny off the walls. No offense.
That's how I see it, bro. That's exactly how I see it.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what the fuck Eson talking about, bro. Like, I'm like, you think Manny would have beat Tito? Chill. Manny would have been faster than him, though. That he would have had him, because Tito wasn't that fast. He really wasn't that fast. But he was strong as an ox, and he was a big 147. He's about 5'10", 5'11" at 147, which is big for 147.
What's Manny Pacquiao's like 147 resume? Because I swear it's really not that many like welterweights from what I remember.
That's what I was gonna say. There's a legitimate argument that neither Manny or Floyd fought any real welterweights. That all the guys that they fought there were guys who had moved up, like they had moved up. They didn't come up against a legitimate 147.
Well, around that time was the time of the Civil War, right? Between Golden Boy and Top Rank. Because I remember around that time, Top Rank were doing in-house fights, and they were ass, bro. Like, you had the Brandon Rios, the Mike Alvarados, and they're all doing trilogies. Shout out to Tim Bradley because he actually showed up to fight, unlike Devin Haney. I'm just shitting on Devin right now.
You got to shit on Devin, bro.
You
Come
got to
on.
shit on him. Yeah, like around that time. So it's hard to say that he fought somebody at 47.
And you could say the same thing about Floyd. Robert Guerrero was a fighter that moved up. Juan Marquez was a fighter that moved up.
Mosley.
Mosley's another one. Victor Ortiz is another one. No, Victor Ortiz was 54, right?
54,
Yeah.
You know that in their time, in their era, they didn't face a lot of bona fide welterweights. The welterweight landscape, because the real welterweights at that time or around that time was Kell Brook, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. Those were the welterweights that, they're welterweights. They've never been nowhere else. And they didn't fight those guys. Those guys are coming in as Manny and Floyd's time is ending. But the guys that they did fight, they were all guys who moved up from lower weights. None of them were really welterweights. Robert Guerrero, shit like that. Bam Bam Rios. Manny fought Algieri, at 147, right?
Yeah, but Algieri wasn't he wasn't I think a main 147 pounder. I think he came up from 140.
No, that's what I'm saying. That he was a 140 that moved up to 147. That if you look at their resume at welter, they didn't actually fight a whole lot of welters. They fought a lot of guys like themselves that had moved up. Whereas Tito is a guy who moved up. Tito fought lower than welter. But when you look at him, bro, that dude was built like a welter. 5'10", 5'11", at 147. I think he would have beat Manny. Well, what do you think, Undefeated?
Tito beating Manny. Yeah, I see it. I see Tito landing that left hook and Manny. Yeah,
right hook. Right hook.
Right hook. I thought it was left hook.
Tito was a southpaw.
Oh shit.
Tito was a southpaw.
Yeah,
you sure?
Because I remember.
Wasn't Tito a southpaw?
Because I remember.
left hook.
I remember he was fighting Mayorga when he had that pink hair. And Mayorga was taunting him, and Tito was landing left hooks. So
I think he was a southpaw. Look, in any event, I think Tito's too big, too strong for Manny. Like, that would have been a different gravy. That would have been, this ain't Margarito. In other words, nothing against Margarito, pero come on now. Margarito's a piñata. He was a piñata, and Tito was not that.
Yeah, he was.
And also he didn't fight Margarito. Like Margarito at a certain point, he outgrew welterweight. And he was supposed to be fighting at 54, and Manny fought him at 52.
I'm not gonna do the whole shit, but I'm gonna just say that I'm not gonna do, because I don't want to be a hoe and say that Margarito was drained. But I'm saying that by then you fought him at a catch weight. You didn't get the full, the full salute. Like you got a flaccid Margarito. You didn't
he got pre-cum Margarito.
Pre-cum, like come on now, you can't give birth off a pre-cum.
That's a tough fight, regardless.
That's why they, the eight division world champions. I mean, if you really devil in the details, bro, Margarito catchweight, Miguel Cotto catchweight. Who else was it? Clottey? No,
Joshua Clottey. Wasn't that welter, the Clottey fight?
Yeah, but it's like everything was like damn near catchweight, bro. Like,
I don't want to be that guy, but I'm like, I always agreed with that. That like Manny's 8th division champion claim had an asterisk on it because, well, you didn't actually fight at 54. You fought Margarito at, what was it, 148 or some shit like that? Like,
what
about
Prime Fernando versus Manny at a catchweight? Because he was
Fernando. Fernando.
Vargas.
You bought like Manny too small, bro. If you talking about with no host shit, no catch weights, I think Manny would have been too small.
I think Cotto was at 145, 144.
Yes.
And it's like, come on, bro. Shit. If we shit,
that's why I said
if we shit on Tank for putting hydration clause on fighters, then we got to shit on Manny.
I will say this though.
In a way.
To be fair, it's like it's kind of different though. It's like, yo, this is a dude that used to be at like what, bantamweight at one point.
No, I get it, but when you rate him as a fighter, not the accolades per se, but the effectiveness of the fighter. How good was he as a fighter at that weight? It's hard to say, oh well, you were as good as all these guys when you needed these handicaps.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like if you compare his run at 47, 54 to when he was fighting Morales, Barrera, okay, different story.
Exactly. I don't. It's weird, but I've said this before that neither Floyd or Manny, as welterweights in particular, I don't rate them all that highly as welterweights. Like if we're just looking at welterweight resumes, it's really just guys that moved up with you and guys that you fought at a catchweight. I don't look at that as the same as Leonard at 147, Hearns at 147, Robinson at 147. Like, y'all resumes at that weight wasn't like that, you know?
That whenever I see like a graphic, who would win, Floyd versus Hearns or Floyd versus Sugar Ray? Like, man, come on, bro.
No, and I used to be immature, bro. Like, I really used to be immature about that conversation. I really entertained the idea that Floyd could hang with those guys, with Leonard, with Hearns, with Duran at that weight. And the older I got, and you go back and you watch shit, no, you don't got 15 rounds for those. You're not knocking those guys out. That's the first. You're not, right? Your power was, you're not knocking none of them out. And I don't think you got 15 rounds for those boys. No.
It's like, let's get more reasonable. We should be making this argument with possibly like Floyd versus like Marlon Starling, maybe. Like, we can start there.
Yeah. And it becomes more clear. Go back and watch Sugar Ray Leonard versus Tommy Hearns, bro. Go back and watch Leonard versus Duran, and just be honest. Like, yeah, I don't see you dealing with that for 15 rounds. You're not a 15-round fighter, Floyd, for starters. Like, you're not. And these guys was scrapping. Like, whereas you were mostly points fighting by the time you got to 147. We know the hand issues, all the bullshit, same old shit. I don't think he beats any of those guys at that weight. None of them. None. Not in a time machine. Now we got to see if Michael's girl's about to lose, because she could. This Mexican girl, you can't be fucking with the Mexicans, man. They'll fuck you up. But be nice to their ass. Second question, fellas. I think we've been through this one before, but I don't remember the answers. I'm gonna start with Ray. Ray, do you think Nick Ball is the weak link at 126?
I'm so glad you asked this, because you never asked me this before, and the answer is yes.
You think he's most? You think he is of the four champions that are more than Fulton? More than Fulton?
Yes, more than Fulton. At the end of the day, one thing I can say about Fulton is that Fulton has another actual dimension to his game. Even though I don't think I'm going to see it at 26, and I shouldn't see it at 26 or 30, he has that dimension where he can fight aggressively and passively.
Michael, I hope you're watching this.
Ball cannot do that.
Oh, shit.
Damn, how bad is his ass? I don't got this shit up.
Come on, Bree. Fight her off. Holy shit. Undefeated, same question.
I'm gonna go opposite. I think Fulton's the weakest link. I think he's the weakest link. I think Ball. I'm gonna go with Fulton. Fulton is the weakest link.
I'm with Undefeated on this. There's no. If you compare Nick Ball and what his body of work at 126 so far compared to Fulton, you only have 2 fights at 122. I mean, at 126, and one of them is against a guy that you beat at 122. That doesn't tell me that you can hang with any of these guys. That doesn't tell me that you can hang with Nick. If anything, and I don't think this is a hot take. I think that Nick Ball would wear out Stephen Fulton. I think he would wear him out and wear him down. We know it can happen, and you beating a guy that you already beat, I don't see how that makes you better than Nick. Nick been in there with Ray Vargas, Ray Savage. Who you fought? Brandon Figueroa?
Has he really been worn down before?
I mean, by Inouye, but I think that
he got outboxed. He didn't get worn out.
He got beat up, and that's my thing. That Inouye beat you up. He overpowered you though, like he did.
He got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, but it's like Nick Ball's not doing that.
I disagree, because Nick is a blunt force instrument, right?
He's low key Mexican.
Like he's not gonna try to outbox you. He's not gonna pick punches. But is Stephen gonna get this guy off of him? And I say no. Is Stephen gonna knock him out? No.
Wait. Why are we talking about this? They're not next, right? I thought it was
No, because Isan with the Nissan, he said he's critical of the Goodman versus Ball fight set to go down in August because he's fighting a super bantamweight who's moving up. And I don't even think that's a bad fight, to be honest with you, but I guess there's room for criticism because it's not a champion. That Nick, when the fuck you gonna fight Rafa? When the fuck you gonna fight Angelo? Like, what the fuck, bro? TJ Doheny, Ronnie Rios.
I would love Angelo versus Ball.
Bro, I would love that. I ain't gonna lie, I would love that fight.
What happened to his mandatory?
Yo, get this. He's fighting in fucking Libya.
A la verga.
Why? I don't get why though.
I didn't know people watch boxing in Libya.
Fucking
Libya.
Bacoli hooked him up out there, bro.
His mandatory is Mirko Cuello of Argentina, but he's got to fight with some unbeaten guy, and it's supposed to go down in Libya. So Nick is free to fight whoever he wants, and he's fighting Sam Goodman.
Man,
Go ahead, Bree.
Can't believe we live in a world where Fulton Ball is a real fight, and now we can't make that stupid joke anymore.
So you're telling me that Sam Goodman had 2 cuts when he was training for Inoue, and he's not going to try to reschedule that fight again? Because Inoue would fight him next, whenever he's done healing up from his last fight. I guarantee.
Bro, just call it what he didn't want that shit, dog. He just didn't. He didn't want that shit.
He didn't want to find out, and that is fucking sad.
He told you when he got in the ring that one time, either give up the belts or let's fight. He was trying to intimidate Inoue into giving up the belt.
Exactly. Jason, same question for you. Felix Trinidad, Manny Pacquiao, 147. Who do you think would have won? Go ahead, Bree. Shake and bake.
Trinidad. I gotta go with the bigger guy.
Same.
I love Manny. But Trinidad.
Will, what do you think about that? Trinidad, Manny, 147.
I gotta go with Trinidad. Trinidad, he could be hurt, but once he got up, he would destroy you. And when he was at welterweight, he was unbeatable.
Julio, same question.
Trinidad. I think the only welterweight ever that beats Trinidad is probably Sugar Ray Leonard.
Oh, stop. See, why does he always have to do shit like this?
The
The only welterweight ever in the history
Did he
of the
not get
division.
robbed? Did he not rob De La Hoya? Did I miss that fight or something?
The other welterweight that beats him is
you gotta get Sugar Ray Robinson to beat him. That's extreme, bro.
Black and white
blew
era.
that fight, man. He had it, but he blew it.
I think.
I don't know. I saw 8 rounds, bro.
Oscar's is a great welterweight. So I don't understand the
fantasy fight. Who wins? Tito Trinidad or Brandon Rios?
I'm gonna have to think about that one. I'm gonna have to think about that one. It was a little hard for me.
Take your time, bro.
I know Oscar.
I might need to.
I know Oscar was kind of shot at the time, but look what Manny did to Oscar. I mean, so.
Yeah, but that's not a good example, Country, because Oscar had already lost upstairs and came down. Like he was drained. He wasn't what he was. Like the Oscar that fought Felix is not the Oscar that fought Manny. Hell no. Hell no. If anything, I would say that even though Oscar lost that fight, that's one of the best performances he's put on because he was beating Felix's ass. He was winning. You know
what? You know what cured him though? During the fight, Felix nailed him with a power shot, and he almost got knocked out. He got wobbled a little bit, and that was when he decided to take a break. And
in 2016, my job gave me passes to go see Canelo and Smith in here in Dallas, and I went, bro. I ran into Joe Cortez, and me and my boy asked him, what's up? Who won that fight? He was like, look. Not only was I the referee in the ring, I'm also Puerto Rican, and Oscar won that fight.
Honestly, yeah. If you look at it, Oscar won. He should have won that fight, but it is what it is.
It's funny. I ran into Julio Cesar Chavez, and he actually thought that Trinidad won the fight.
I saw him that same day. Chavez Senior, bro.
Fucking Julio's been eating his mushrooms. Clearly, he ran into fucking Julio Cesar Chavez in the kitchen, and Julio told him,
he told me Trinidad, Trinidad
Chavez mistaken him for his own son. He said, Julio,
Chavez was like, if you don't finish those 3 lines, I will do it for you, Holmes.
Good shit, Bree. Dust this bitch off, Bree. Good shit, Bree. Julio, featherweight question. Do you believe that Nick Ball is the weakest link at 126 among the champions?
Name off the champions.
Rafa Espinoza, Angelo Leo, Stephen Fulton, Nick Ball.
See, honestly, I think Angelo Leo is kind of the weak link.
Really?
He's more of the wild card.
What?
Did you see his last performance?
Bro. I didn't see the Kamita fight. He looked
like shit, to be honest. He's lucky to get that.
I didn't think so.
He did not, bro. He did not dominate that fight at all.
Man, Kamita,
He didn't dominate it, but Kamita's not a bum.
What Nick Ball always has to rely on is just his athleticism.
No,
His fight isn't going his way.
Kamita's not a bum, but he's also past his best. And every time he touched Angelo, he was like, "Nah, nope."
What Nick Ball has is when he can't rely on his style to win a fight. He always has athleticism. So I think he's tough to deal with.
I would give Angelo Leo, and I don't even know if Angelo would win, but I would give Angelo Leo a better shot against Nick Ball than Stephen Fulton. To me, Stephen Fulton is clearly the weakest link at 126. He's got the least amount of time there, the least amount of time of all the champions that are there, and I don't think he knocks Nick Ball out. No, you don't knock him out, and I don't think you keep him off. I think he would grind him down and stop him towards the tail end of the fight. I think, for me, the weakest link is Stephen Fulton. That's the weakest link.
That either he gets stopped or I can see him maybe getting a close decision.
Nah, I don't see that. If Raymond Ford I think Raymond Ford would have wore out Stephen fucking Fulton.
I thought Ray Ford beat Nick Ball. Honestly, you should rewatch that fight.
It's tight. It's tight enough you could swing it either way, but that's the point. That Nick Ball been in there with better guys than you've been in there with. He been in there with Ray Vargas. He been in there with Raymond Ford. Who you fought? Brandon Figueroa?
Yeah, consequently, I think that Nick Ball got robbed against Ray Vargas. I thought he beat Ray Vargas handed.
Nick Ball is very durable, man. That guy's he's a roughneck, man.
Yeah.
So does the panel? So is the panel unanimously agree that Stephen Fulton is the weakest link at 126? Does the panel unanimously agree on that? No, you don't. Wow, Jason, who's the weakest link?
I got Angelo Leo too.
He's the weakest link.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
I mean, he did not,
and the fact that he lost to Fulton. So,
in fairness, though, I am more impressed by Angelo knocking out Luis Lopez than I am Stephen beating Brandon again. I don't even know that Stephen Fulton would beat Angelo Leo at 126. You beat him at 122.
I will agree with that too, because it's like if you go back and watch that first fight, like I watched the first fight he had with Angelo Leo, right? Because I just saw Angelo Leo fight Tomoki Kameda, and I'm gonna be real, like he made more improvements than you actually think. Like when you go watch that first fight between him and Stephen Fulton, Fulton's straight up bullying him for damn near half the fight.
And I don't think he could do that.
That shit was crazy.
I don't think he could do that now.
He improved because he got shelled by Mayweather. But he's improved. Yeah. I just think there's just not a lot of consistency in his career to where I'm like, yeah, he definitely beat this guy on this night. I think it's all close fights, to be honest.
Come on, Bree, you got to fight this bitch off.
Fucking alcohol beat Brandon, if we're being honest.
Yeah, so I don't agree with Isan. I think that Isan just doesn't like Nick Ball because Nick is a very simple and dirty boxer, but he's a simple fighter to understand. He's not as dynamic as some of the other guys, but he doesn't need to be. Like, to me, I'm 100% confident. I think he would beat Stephen Fulton. Angelo Leo, I'm not as sure. Rafa, that's the guy I picked to knock out Nick Ball. That's the guy I say, yeah, you're out of your depth.
I think he'd be a tough fight for Inoue too.
Yes, I agree with that too. I agree with that because he's physical. He's not here to box, Ray. He's not here to box. He's literally going to crash the pocket, and either you're going to catch him early or he's going to rough you up for a few rounds.
That type of style in his, fifth weight class or fourth weight class? Like, come on. No, how is that not a tough fight?
Only guy that I'm 100% confident overpowers Nick Ball is Rafa for obvious reasons.
Yeah, he has some physical dimensions.
He's twice Ball's size.
Yeah, I remember him fighting like the people keep bringing up like like he fought Ray Ford and Ray Ford was kind of like fucking his face up. Like, I don't know, that shouldn't be happening to a guy that's going to be fighting anyway. I don't think you should be fighting. I forgot the guy he fought.
Ray Ford is massive. Ray Ford is massive.
But okay, but then he fought that guy that came up in weight, and that guy was touching him up. He was blooding up his face again.
These guys aren't. These guys aren't anime characters. Like, Inoue's pushing it. Like,
he is pushing it. Four weights is pushing it.
Like, at some point, he won't have his athletic advantages, and he'll just have to box his ass off against all of these guys to beat them.
And I
which
agree.
is possible. I'm not discounting it, but
And against Espinoza or like other people, I would say yeah. But if I were to say, yo, you need to get the safest opponent that you can get to win for a title, because I don't think Stephen Fulton is going to be there. It's going to be Nick Ball easily.
I agree with that.
Angelo, I think he could outbox Angelo Leo, to be honest.
But safest is relative, right? It's safest is relative. That doesn't make Nick a walk in the I don't think Nick is a walk in the park for Inoue at all. I do not.
He's gonna take damage.
Oh no, he isn't. Well, but Nick ain't a walk in the park for anybody, man. That dude.
But isn't that the point, country?
That's the style.
Isn't that the point that Nick Ball is not for play? Like, he's simple and limited, and he's a dirty motherfucker, but he ain't for play. Like,
no, he ain't for play, man. You
don't play with Nick, bro.
You go
Nick
against
found
him.
out a long time ago.
You gonna know you were in a fight if you go against him, man. That's bottom line.
Nick found out a long time ago. You don't need boxing skill. You just need to hit hard and be dirty.
Yeah, judo hip tosses, bro.
He can counterpunch too, a little bit.
Second question, fellas. I don't know if I got everybody's answers on this. But Fulton Foster, which way y'all going?
Foster, what the fuck?
No, I don't know.
Real question.
It's a lot of Fulton appreciation I'm seeing. I'm like, they talking about a different stuff.
And those dudes need to take off their Timbs, sit down, relax, and then realize he's gonna lose to Foster, bro.
Well, I'm saying, like,
whoa, hang on. Fulton's good again? Because I thought he sucked after Inoue washed him. The first was good, then Inoue washed him, and he's bad.
No, he goes up, he beats a guy that he already beat, and everybody has their rose-tinted lenses on. The thing is, though, Ray, it is a PBC show, so don't get too excited.
So let me ask you this, Jules. Didn't Foster go to Mexico and beat Hernandez's ass when he defended
did.
the
Stopped him late in the fight.
So this man is not scared to travel. He's never been scared to travel. So I do trust Foster in that fight. When it comes down to it.
But I think he has to stop him, Will. Because it's a PBC show. It's the undercard of Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach.
Man, he's definitely got to dig deep for this one. He stopped him in the 12th round too. So, he might have the power to do it. But at the same time, is Fulton at 130 going to be as fast as he was at 126?
I don't think so. I think he might be sluggish. But I also think that the PBC is not above a highway robbery. If the rounds are remotely competitive, they're not above that.
Because we saw from the Inoue fight, Fulton cannot close distance on a guy smaller than him. How is he supposed to close distance on a guy that's bigger than him?
Bree is landing shots, but I think she's getting out.
But they're not having any effect, and she's getting tired. I'm sorry to say that. That's why I didn't pick for this fight. I saw the Mexican girl, and it's like, yeah, she's not as dynamic as Bree, but you know what you need to know when you look at her, that she's going to come at you, and you got to have the engine for that. I didn't know if Bree did. I know Bree's getting hit, and she's landing. Shut up! Y'all shut up or I'll throw water at y'all. Right now, she's pressuring Bree a lot, and Bree's getting tired, man. I'm sorry to say, I warned Michael. Fucking Mexicans, man, leave their ass alone.
I'd also like to point out, anytime I've ever seen a fighter move up weight fast, they don't like it to the body because their body hasn't adjusted to the weight. They don't take the punches as well as they did because they're moving up so quick. Like, if you're going to be fighting a champion, you're going to be fighting a legit guy.
That and Stephen Fulton is moving up to a third division after only 2 fights at Super Bantam. Kind of says it all, doesn't it?
You know, it's kind of funny. This is complete deja vu, bro. Like the same exact thing. I mean, literal only difference is their race. This is exactly what happened to Ray Vargas when he went to fight O'Shaquie Foster.
Exactly. Because he had 1 fight. He fights Mark Mixayo.
2 fights.
And then right after that goes up to feather. No, I mean goes up to super feather.
After a long layoff, by the way, before those 2 fights as well, bro. Like they might as well just throw the same script in there.
No, yeah, but the saving grace for Stefan is he hasn't been out that long. It hasn't been that long since the Figueroa rematch. It hasn't been that long.
I meant before the 2 fights. So basically what happened to Ray Vargas, he was out of commission for like a while. And then randomly, I want to say on a Canelo undercard, they gave him a fight, and then they gave him another fight shortly after against Mark Mixayo. Then fight with O'Shaquie Foster. He lost that, and he was out of the spear for a minute before the ball fight.
Fulton,
same thing.
Funny y'all said that about fighters going up in weight. They don't like it to the body. That's how I see Canelo taking out Crawford.
To the body?
Yeah, to the body. 8th round. Because, it's better if you go down by a body shot than getting fucking beat the fuck up,
That's true.
Hey,
the head punches might be a little bit harder to land.
Yeah.
We got Virtuoso in the building. How are you feeling on Pride Month? Are you proud?
Oh, I'm very proud.
That's good. That's good.
Proud to whip it out.
That's the question of the night. Before I go take this piss, is Manny Pacquiao, Felix Trinidad, welterweight fantasy fight. Who wins that fight?
I'll give it to Trinidad, just solely on power. I think he's able to counter Pacquiao. He's able to keep him off, from distance. Yeah, I got Trinidad in that one. He's too much of a threat at 147.
And unanimous Trinidad across the board.
Hey, can I ask you something, by the way? When Jermell Charlo, when he got dropped by Canelo, wasn't that by a body shot?
No. It was a hit to the head.
No.
Yeah, I think it was like a temple head shot.
Yeah.
I thought it was just being in the general vicinity of Canelo. Immediately sent to his knees.
That too.
Yeah, it was a scared shot.
God, that fucking pussy.
Dude, the minute he got touched, he was just on the back foot all fucking fight.
Yeah, and then again, I'm thinking Crawford, the way he is, he might be too proud to take a back step. He's probably gonna get knocked the.
I don't know.
Remember when we were all sucking Jermel's dick? Like, oh man, he's undisputed. He's the good Charlo. Like,
hey yo,
somebody.
Hey yo, whoa.
I'll say this: you got to give the guy the credit where it's due. He did become undisputed.
Then he did that sophisticated Doug bullshit with Tim Tszyu. I'm gonna go fight Canelo. Oh, he's daring to be great. Immediately runs away. Oh, you're just a pussy.
That would have been a great fight.
Hey,
the
would you
standard is
agree
changing
that
because guys like Inoue and Canelo were defending the undisputed title. Usyk too.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that he was right to duck Bakram Murtazalov?
Who?
Jermell, he was paying him step-aside money.
He didn't duck him.
Yeah,
I'm about to put a pin in that shit right now. That was not a duck.
You don't think so?
I did not duck you. I went to unify titles. I don't know who you are, and I do not care. That is how I look at that situation.
I think it was 2 years. I think he was waiting about 2 years for that title fight.
Should have done something. That's not my problem. I'm off to unify or to become undisputed.
I definitely think Bakram would have beat him.
I won't say that though. He's had one good fight.
Castano?
It was a good fight.
No. I was talking about Bakram. Like he's had like one good fight against Tim Tszyu. I won't go as far to say he would be in prime Charlo.
I would have loved to have seen it though. After what he did to Tim Tszyu, I think that it would have been at least an interesting fight.
Yeah. It's like a hindsight 2020 thing, but it's like if he had actually said, you know what? Fuck fighting Brian Castano in a rematch. I'm gonna fight Bakram Murtazaliev. Everybody would have clowned him. Everybody in the world would have clowned him.
Yeah, but at the same time,
154 is stacked, but I think it's moving a little slow. Like other than Virgil and Israel, like who the fuck is really fighting? Oh, Chuck.
Virgil hasn't done anything recently at all, has he?
No, he
Virgil
fought
beat
Matrimov and Boachuk back to back. That's pretty impressive.
Two good scouts at 154. Like these other guys need to start fighting.
Isn't Boots going to 154 too?
And beating the shit out of Bree.
He's supposed to.
He is, man. I think Boots might get fucked up eventually by someone at 154.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, Bree is having trouble keeping her off of her. But yeah, I don't see Boots got some flaws. When he gets up to 154, he's gonna have some issues with some people. Watch.
Like honestly, I understand why he wanted to become an undisputed because I feel like that would be as good as it gets for him. To be honest, I don't think at any of the weight classes.
With as much hype as he gets.
Oh,
with as much hype as he gets, yeah. Motherfuckers are saying like Boots is like Floyd Mayweather, like talent. You know what I mean? Like he gets crazy hype in the American boxing community.
Okay, but if he had that kind of type, don't you think that he would have just beaten the living shit out of Teofimo Lopez by now?
I mean, I don't really. Me personally, I don't hold it against him. I mean, he's getting down to 147 to fight a useless fight. Other than money, he gets nothing out of it. I actually respect the fact that he'd rather fight for a belt or fight another credible name around his weight, to be honest.
Damn, that turned into a slugfest at the end.
I honestly, what the whole thing with Tio was like, I don't even know what's going on. I feel like it's too much of like a clown show at a certain point. Like I don't know what's going on with the contract. You know, one time the fight's signed, now the fight's not signed. He doesn't like the money. He liked the money. He doesn't want to fight with Bob Arum. Now that's probably where he's going to be going back to.
No,
I don't think you want to tie a significant part of your career, which a fight at 47 with Tio is. I don't know if you want to tie your career to someone that unstable.
No,
reminds me a lot.
The fight with Boots was not serious. Like Tio was just using Boots to duck Haney, and when that didn't work,
Tio was like the U.S. bond market.
You know, it really reminds me of how chaotic Tyson Fury was when he was champion. Like, this is the same kind of bullshit you would hear about. Either it was AJ or it was Usyk, and then he had no choice but to step into the ring with Usyk. So,
yo, you know what? I mean, that's exactly how it feels too, bro. Because it's like the same way with Fury, where it was like you have beat incredible guys before, and you have like probably Hall of Fame worthy achievements, but it's just so much bullshit.
I mean, what's the common denominator between Ryan Garcia, Tyson Fury, and Teofimo Lopez? They use mental health as an excuse to get out of big fights.
Very true.
It's ridiculous.
I will say this, but hey, hang on.
Might be waiting on Matthias.
You can pay Fury enough to get in the ring with these guys. You can do it. You can't with Ryan and Tio. You literally can't.
$11 million, man. Like, if I'm not mistaken, that's more than what Conor Benn and Eubank made, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me if they know.
To be fair, I think they said, I'm just saying it from another Teal's perspective. They did say they lied and said, oh, it wasn't actually going to be 11 million for Haney. It was going to be something like half that, so like 5.5, which is still the most money he ever received in his career, but that is
$5.5 million? That's still a lot of money, dude.
It is still a lot, which is why I was like, yeah, but I'm not going to put out there like, oh yeah, he dropped 11 million, because that just kind of gives off I guess a bit of a more different feeling than just saying, all right, he gave up 5.5, which is the most in his career, but it's not as bad, basically.
Still pretty bad, though. I can't lie. Like, you got $500,000 for that belt that you won against Taylor, if I'm not mistaken.
Bro, you'd have gotten more money than a lot of people will ever make in the rest of their lives. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Cardenas
pretty much
by split decision.
Damn.
Well, Bree didn't do enough to keep her off of her.
Yeah.
I saw it that way. That Bree boxed well, but they're going to favor the activity more than anything. They're going to favor the activity because that was consistent throughout the fight, that even in rounds that Cardenas might be losing because Bree's rolling and countering, weaving and countering, she's still always coming forward. She's still always throwing punches and bunches, and they're usually going to favor that, you know? Cardenas is a good little fighter, unbeaten. Mexico's got a slugger at 118. I see a champion in her. I think that after Shernika becomes undisputed, she's gonna have a big fucking problem. She's gonna have a big fucking problem
with this. Yeah.
You can pressure those old broads like Nina Hughes and Sharita Metcalf, but this girl's young, and you see she's got an engine. You see she could hold a shot, and you see she could give a shot. So Mexico's got a pony at 118. They got a pony.
Yo, who's this broad with the fucking short hair?
I don't know, but I'd lick her ass. That's what matters. Fucking
wow.
ass.
Thanks for letting us know.
After the gym.
After the gym, that was important to point out.
Because there's gonna be a pinch of salt after the gym. Some sweat, ass crack. It's good shit. Poor little Bree. I just want to say that I think that Bree was a little bit presumptuous in trying to get on this show. The circumstances of the fight, they were trying to land a slot on this show, but they didn't really know what they were going to be dealing with for like until a few days out. Like, you know, you're dealing with a pressure fighter now. That's what you're dealing with, and you don't have a lot of fights. You're only 8-0 going in. You never dealt with nobody like this. So if she would have had a little bit more experience, I think she would have did better. But it is what it is. You know, it is what it is.
Yep.
You never know. Sometimes you learn a lot more from losing.
Yeah, I mean, I love Bree. I think Bree's great, but like, it was presumptuous to take this fight under these circumstances. Like, you wanted to get on this show, and you got on it, but they put you in there with a live animal. You know, you should have been in a developmental fight. Go ahead, Ray.
Yeah, speaking of which, so you know, Abdullah Mason's gonna be fighting Jeremiah Nkitilla soon. I'm gonna be real, that fucking stinks. But I was gonna say, I had an idea, and I know Top Rank would never do it. But I was wondering if this would have been the best plan. Why not just make Abdullah Mason versus Santos?
Edwin De Los Santos?
Yes.
That's not a bad idea. But the thing is
ready
that
for that.
it's not even that. It's that Edwin De Los Santos is not a big enough part of the bottom line that you swap Nkitilla out for him. Does it really make a difference? Would it have really made a difference? Yeah,
I feel okay. So for the people in the crowd, probably not. But like, let's say if you're like, because realistically, mostly hardcores are probably going to be watching this fight anyway. So if you know, all right, I've been hearing about Abdullah Mason, I know about him, and now he's fighting Edwin. Oh shit, I got a better reason to tune in.
Yeah,
It's
but
too early.
that's what I was gonna say. Matchmaking wise, Abdullah is a fighter who hit the deck 2 times in his last fight, and you're gonna put him in there with a puncher? I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't either.
And
And not only that, there's also not enough there's not enough number of hardcores either, you know, for it to that'll be interesting in a fight to watch. That'll generate, you know, enough that they want. I mean, if it was casuals, it'd be a different story.
Yeah.
In fairness, though, Jules, the guy he hit the deck for 2 times, he went into that fight knowing that he had an 80% KO ratio. So he is willing to take the tougher fights.
Yeah, but whether or not him being willing and him being ready are 2 different things. If that guy with that fucked up haircut could catch you, Edwin can catch you. He can catch you, except you may not recover.
It's like realistically, what's really the negatives of this fight? Okay, so you win. There are going to be people that know who Edwin is, and there's just going to be, you know, you as a matchmaker is going to say, all right, this guy's going to be ready, and we should push him 1,000,000,000%. Mm-hmm. If he takes a L, well, you know what? We pushed him a bit too far. We're not going to lose anything out on this. It's not a big deal. We're still going to put stuff behind him because he lost to a guy that we put him in 2-8 for.
Needless risk, Ray. Needless risk. I think that Edwin is a step forward, a step too far right now for Abdullah. You got to show in your next fight that you tightened up your defense. You don't get hit with stupid punches. Edwin is not the guy you test out that theory with. He's not. You know.
Were you not saying that you're going to put Abdullah for a title, though?
But
well, you can fight Edwin for the title. You know. Think about it. You go from Nkitilla because obviously Edwin ain't fighting tonight. He ain't getting hit. He ain't getting beat up. So you make the De Los Santos fight after the Nkitilla fight. If anything, Nkitilla's the rehearsal.
I just think Abdullah has he's talented, but he hasn't fought anyone near the level of Edwin De Los Santos. Like he actually needs some fights. Like people are getting carried away. He's not ready yet.
Now Keyshawn is there. He's eating fucking popcorn. The fucking nerve of him, right?
Wow. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's like, okay, then what is this stuff? Because I'm going to be real. Abdullah's competition has been kind of whack.
Yeah, but he don't got a lot of fights, Ray. Like, what is it supposed to look like right now? Nkitilla is a guy who's been in there with Raymond Muratalla, with Shakur Stevenson. I think this is on schedule. Like, yeah, Nkitilla sounds about right. Right now, sounds about right.
I think
honestly, he has 18 fights.
I think
y'all want him to end up like Jared Anderson. Like
I think if they had him fight, Santos, I think Santos would knock him out at this stage.
Right now, yeah, too dangerous right now.
So here's the thing, guys. Has he ever had a 12-round fight? Because this is a 10-rounder right here. They would have had to renegotiate the whole freaking contract if they had tried to go into negotiations right now.
I agree with that. I don't think he has had a 12-round fight. I don't think he has.
No, yeah, it's too soon.
It's all the more reason to not rush him into De Los Santos. You're rushing him into that for what also? It's not like there's added marquee value. There's not. It's not like it's for a title. Nah, it wouldn't have been. It would have been for an interim, the same as this one. Why make the change? It's more trouble than it's worth for no ROI. What's the ROI on that?
There
General
should be like a 12 rounder
shit.
for him.
Just risk.
But like, okay, does he magically become ready for De Los Santos after a Nkitilla fight?
I think so, yes, because Nkitilla, I just said Nkitilla's been in there with Raymond Muratalla. He's been in there with
2 rounds.
Shakur Stevenson.
Not 1 round 1.
I'm just saying that's a good sequence. That
Abdullah hasn't been at that level at all. He hasn't sniffed that level.
Honestly,
of boxing.
You're right. He has not sniffed the level of getting knocked out in 2 rounds by Raymond Muratalla of all people.
Bro, Raymond Muratalla is a world level challenger though.
Yeah.
Abdullah Mason he hasn't fought anyone close.
Did he look like a world level challenger his
Bro,
last fight?
just say you don't like Abdullah. Just say you don't like Abdullah.
What do you mean?
No, because you're being way too hard on this kid, bro. Way too hard.
I'm not being hard.
People said, you guys like you got Jared Anderson smoked because
it's his fault.
You guys are saying he's fighting nothing but bums, bro. That's what he's ready for. Like,
bums.
Dude,
like
you don't fight fucking cruiserweights at heavyweight. You don't fucking fight cruiserweights at heavyweight.
No. He's right. Listen to the guy that just said that, bro. You fight in cruiserweights at heavyweight. You fight in guys that are 5'10" at heavyweight. Yeah. What am I hearing here?
And the average is what?
But you can't complain about Abdullah. Like you like how old is Abdullah? How old is he?
He's like
21.
Oh, for God's sake, Ray!
Bro,
what the fuck, bro?
Let him fight some nobodies first. It's okay.
Like,
23 years old. Yeah, we gotta throw him to the wolves. Throw him to Edwin. 23 years old. Come on.
Give him a 12 rounder against a journeyman.
Yeah.
Let him get accustomed to that 12 rounder before it becomes a contender.
He's not even old enough to rent a car yet.
Now here's the real shit. I would go with Abdullah to beat Floyd as Schofield right now.
Oh yeah.
Schofield.
That's
eye test.
I don't know
but
about
Abdullah
that.
hasn't even fought he hasn't fought a championship level fight yet.
That's what he's ready. He's ready for a Schofield. He's ready for a Schofield.
I'll tell you what. Nkitilla might be a banana slip, bro.
Possible because he's a big.
I think he might.
Yes,
make it
bro.
Look,
like,
he hits hard.
He's a big guy for 135 that hits hard
with experience. Like I think.
Why the fuck you think Shakur spent the whole fucking night on the good foot because he don't hit hard?
Yeah. Plus,
bro, we giving this dude credit for a fight 4 years ago at 130 with a guy that doesn't punch that hard.
Dude, that was at 135.
But Abdullah's a prospect.
No, it was 130. It was 130. The Shakur fight was 130.
Shakur.
Yeah. Shakur and Nkitilla. It was before the Herring fight.
Okay.
But also, that's when
Abdullah Mason is 21, by the way.
Yeah, he's a prospect though. This is a prospect fighting a former world title challenger. You understand? Like that is a gap in experience that matters.
Read between the lines, Julio. He wants him to lose. Read between the lines.
I just think some people
complains this much about a guy who's 21.
Fighting a former challenger, a world challenger? Are you serious, guys?
As a prospect,
come on.
You want to get him beat, Ray? That's what you want.
Man, not everyone
you don't think
Nikita and be a world champion in 10 fights, bro.
You don't think Raymond Muratalla is a good opponent?
He's world level
for who?
So you don't think he's good enough for you don't think he's good for Abdullah Mason, having challenged that level already? He doesn't he only have 2 losses? Come on. I mean, if you're only if you're only as good as who you fight, wouldn't you say that that's good? The level of competition that this guy has faced makes him good competition by proxy. That's what I'm asking.
I think so.
Thank you.
I think Ray just wants to get him beat.
Whoa! I just noticed it now. He's oh my God! I'm sorry.
What happened?
Yo, this really took me off guard. I didn't know he was really gonna fight, De Los Santos. I just saw it now, bro.
What are you talking about?
What?
Keyshawn. I just saw it like they were in the desk, and I see the graphic. Keyshawn. Wait, it was supposed to be Abdullah Mason versus De Los Santos. I'm tripping. Anyway,
yeah, you are.
Stop tripping, bro. I don't know what the fuck
is happening.
Bro. Like he's having a bad trip on the shrooms, bro. I don't know what just happened.
Willy Wonka over here.
Yeah, I thought something happened. Like, what the fuck happened?
That was a Joe Biden moment.
Joe
They're not
Biden.
gonna wait till the last second
real.
to tell you that, bro.
But
And if you don't vote for me, you're not black.
the fucking nerve of him. Fucking Democrats, man. I'm like, do you know how fucking? Do you know the audacity you have to say some shit like that?
And then the majority of people are like, no, Joe got to win
I
because
don't
Trump
blame
is
him.
racist. Like, come on,
Bro,
bro.
it was the people of they did elder abuse. He didn't know what was happening. They were taking advantage of that old.
He was sundowning when he said that. He was sundowning. You don't vote for me. Yeah, well, he don't got an accent like that, but he was sundowning, dog.
You know. Speaking of Joe, right? You talking about his age? Somebody tweeted out yesterday, "Yo, fuck you, Keyshawn. You got 92-year-old Bob Arum out there."
Bro, seriously, like that's Keyshawn is playing with fire, man. He's gonna kill.
Nah,
Bob
I mean, I still want to be excited about him, but that whole situation left a bad taste in my mouth to where I'm like, dog, I don't even care what you do at this point because you're that kind of fighter. You're that kind of fighter. So it's like, yeah, dog, 11,000 people were showing up for you, bro, and you out here eating fucking popcorn, not giving a fuck. Like, yeah. Go ahead, bro. Just go ahead.
Bro, it's like every time we get excited for someone, like they show a sign of weakness. Like, fuck.
Yeah,
bro, that 4 pounds, that 4.3 pounds, like just killed the entire local economy of Norfolk.
Yeah, like people are getting laid off now. The houses are getting foreclosed on. It's fucking terrible, bro.
Oh yeah,
Bro,
man.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Shakur's the guy at 135.
Embarrassing shit. That's some
Shakur is the guy, but he's also the boring guy. So I mean, like, I'm not. Ooh, he's looking.
I'm trying to tell you, once he destroys Zepeda, there's gonna be a vibe shift.
Destroys is crazy. I'm
speculating
he's gonna destroy him, Ray. Like I don't feel so good, Mr. De La Hoya. Like destroys.
Destroy him via Yan.
Just so you know, I'm host of that fight.
He's
I'm
gonna do
bring
the
a
Dr.
pillow.
Manhattan, where he's just gonna put his hands out and vaporize Zepeda.
So
that's crazy.
You're telling me he's gonna do what Pernell Whitaker did against Julio Cesar Chavez, right? He's gonna.
He's gonna win.
Oh,
that's insane.
He's gonna win. He's gonna stop Zepeda.
I mean, can he?
Oh, he's gonna stop him.
He's gonna stop him. All right. Let's take a head count. Who has Shakur winning the fight, and who has Shakur stopping him?
Julio has Shakur stopping William Zepeda.
What the fuck are you smoking,
man? Dude, I couldn't even tell you.
Julio's pretty basic clear seal on this one, man.
I'm
for real.
They got she's a trafficking at Fort Bragg. That's what I got.
Like,
who has Shakur winning the fight?
Would you call the cops on him, man?
They need to do a wellness check on Julio.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I got
Speaking of Joe Biden,
we need to do an intervention, man.
Okay, Country has him winning the fight on points. Who else?
You just Country.
So it's only Country going with Shakur to win the fight on points.
Yeah, he's the only one going with that.
Ray, you don't have Shakur winning the fight because you being awful fucking quiet.
Nah, bro. I don't have him in the fight.
Oh wow! So
this is like the 4th time I've said this, bro. I feel like this shouldn't even be news no more.
There's a lot of stuff going on. There's 9 people on the panel. Of the 9, only 2 have Shakur winning the fight. That means the vast majority are going the other way. They think William is going to do it. Jason,
yes.
Will,
I got Zepeda.
Yeah, I do too.
Wow, that's spicy.
Hope I'm wrong, but hey, man, I'm
Jules,
probably not.
Remind me the last time he faced a pressure fighter.
He
was
hasn't.
it Gonzalez?
I mean, the only one was Joet Gonzalez. That's the only fighter semblant of a pressure fighter that he fought, but he handled it fairly well, though.
And that was at featherweight, wasn't it?
The Japanese guy.
Yoshino? Come on.
Yoshino's a pressure fighter.
Are we a brawler, not a pressure
denying reality now? Are we?
Bro, he was he's
literally a pressure fighter.
If he hurts his hand in that fight, Julio, if he hurts his fucking hand or he breaks a nail, being some shit.
Bro, that hand is hurt right now, bro.
The thing also, I think he's in a lot of danger because if it took you 9 rounds to take out
Josh
somebody
Padley,
who takes boxing as a hobby, as a side hustle.
part-time boxer, Jose, part-time boxer.
Nah, we're
Y
not
no
Jet
gonna
solo
do
lag
that,
eso,
too.
y
bro.
no solo eso, Jules. Cuando él viajó, that motherfucker was still at work.
He still had his tool belt
Hey,
when he
hey,
got
still
hey,
there
had
out the
we're not gonna
airport.
do that though. We're not
I don't
gonna
know
do
about that,
though,
but he
bro.
was still.
No, he was roofing, like he was literally working
Come
on a
on,
roof.
bro.
They called him. They got him an
Let's
Uber. He
not
was
do
in
this.
Saudi.
That's like high
And
level.
you know who was
boxing.
driving that
Saudi.
Uber, Jules?
They don't fight
Who?
anything alike.
Ramon
Nkitilla?
Cardenas. That's who was driving the fucking Uber. You think Ramon Cardenas was driving the Uber,
No,
bro?
no, it
And
was
he
Delorme
came in,
and shit.
he pulled in, he said, "All right, bro, yo, you have to fight, bro. I'm
No,
gonna go
but
fight
that's
anyway next week, bro."
the thing is, Ray. All fuckery aside, that is a fair evaluation. That Josh Padley was a part-time boxer. It took you 9 rounds to stop him. That does not tell the story where you stop William Zepeda. You know, like that's
Oh, that's
that's
just not
I
it.
think
Yeah,
I think
no.
that's high level boxing math. What we're doing here, like we're just
So-
Einstein level boxing math. I mean, I
Four
get it.
N.
Like Padley's
So
a nobody.
4N equals Josh Padley.
Padley's a nobody, but it's not like Shakur lost the second to that fight.
Okay, but
Okay.
how many fighters
Better
has
not have.
Shakur fought
Like
who
we're
have
we're
had over
quantifying how
1,000
bad.
punches
He
thrown
should have whooped
in
his
a
ass
fight?
even
Hey,
worse.
one at a
He should've-
time.
Zepeda is a
Thing is-
high volume puncher, bro.
The thing, that's what I
Shakur's
was
never.
gonna say. That Josh Padley cannot duplicate the work rate of William Zepeda. Like it
What? No.
say what that dude throws. That all he does is throw punches in his sleep. He's throwing fucking punches, dog. You got to hit the off button for him to stop. I don't think Shakur knows where to find it. I think Shakur, all you can do is work around him. That's all. But what I see and what I think may make a difference, the counter punching. If he can catch William coming in a couple of good times, maybe. Maybe.
Nope.
Maybe.
Nah.
Yeah, you guys
'cause-
asked when have you seen Shakur walk, like get someone who's gonna fight someone who's gonna walk him down? Who the fuck can walk him down? Like he has the feet. He's too good.
This is different, dog.
Counter
This
punching's
guy,
too good. Like
this
is
guy is
easy
like
money.
This
Easy
is
money.
like spamming the double lariat in Street Fighter with Zangief. That's William Zepeda, dog. Like he's just gonna throw punches all day.
I will say this though, like I went back to watch those Tevin Farmer fights. Well, I went back to watch the second one, right? I'm gonna be honest, he did not look as good as I remember.
William?
Yeah, he looked kind of bad.
Bro,
At
either
times.
Tevin Farmer fight.
He
Completely
gets knocked off
different fight.
balance.
While I agree with you, Ray, different sweet spot. Tevin is gonna roll and counter, slip and counter in the pocket. You think Shakur's gonna want to let his hands go in there?
Yeah, but he was moving
gonna
though.
clinch.
Like, I saw a lot of parts of him like moving around, running him into his hands.
Shakur can do that too, though.
Now I have another question.
To an
though.
extent. To an extent,
Now,
but he has a tendency to clinch in the inside.
Now I have another question for the panel. Who was the last guy who looked good against Tevin Farmer?
Nobody.
You tell me.
Nobody. He made
Jojo
Even if you
Raymond
win.
He made Raymond look bad. He made William look bad. He did.
Who was the last one? Jojo Diaz?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? Like 4 years ago?
6 probably.
Nah, like 7.
Word, like it was a minute ago, dog. Like
That shit
Okay,
was at
side
126, dog.
How many like truly?
no, that was
like,
at 130. That was at 130. That was at 130.
How
for the
many
IBF.
Jojo Diaz level guys has he fought? He fought Jojo Diaz, 2 guys, and he lost them
But
both.
that Jojo Diaz was nasty. That Jojo Diaz was good.
He's okay. He's okay.
Yeah.
That JoJo, he's okay. You know, he's
No, that Jojo Diaz
volume
was
guy.
good. As soon as he started, getting big guys and shit, like
So we could kind of say, low key, JoJo did better against Tevin than William did.
That is
Pam,
true.
pam,
That
pam,
is true.
pam.
JoJo didn't get knocked down. Like
JoJo's
William
also
did.
an Olympian. I mean,
True. So it was the same style. It was the same style of fight as the William Zepeda fight, just at a lower weight. And JoJo didn't get knocked down.
Hey,
Same.
just for karma, bro. For karma, I hope Schofield loses, bro. We don't need you,
Yo,
bro.
I would love
We
that
don't
shit.
need
I
you.
really would love that shit. If Tevin if his eyes just align for
Straight
one
up.
moment, and like the
And
Infinity
he just
Stones.
narrowed in on his chin.
Bam!
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
That fight will be interesting because it will be at the tale of two things. Either Farmer is too wore down after the Cepeda fight, or he's gonna take this fight as a vacation in comparison to the William Cepeda fight because we know this kid is athletic and fast and he can hit kind of hard. But the thing is, he's kind of reckless.
He's never been in there with anybody as slick as Tevin. Never.
Ni tan grande tampoco.
Right?
Él se fajó like a bantamweight.
Mm-hmm.
El chamaquito que lo tumbó. Like, that's
and
a
in the pocket, Floyd is vulnerable. Like, I'm not trying to get anybody's money lost or anything, but I really do feel that Tevin is live in this fight. He's live. Like, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised
I would agree
if
he's live if he hadn't gone through like 2 wars in a row.
Here's the thing. I just remember seeing Floyd Schofield get dropped by a guy that he was beating soundly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was the last fight I seen the kid in. I know for a fact that Tevin Farmer has championship pedigree.
Mm-hmm.
He is in there with something he's never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I've always been very confident that Tevin can do the job, even with the younger, fresher guy.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't touch that fight with a 10-foot pole. Like, nah, I don't trust you.
You guys forget this too, though. Remember, Floyd Schofield almost died before he had to pull out of that fight, bro. Like,
He was really,
oh my god,
he was really sick.
The fuck, like you saw that.
That motherfucker had an iPhone charger in his mouth. Take the picture, Dad. You know what I'm saying?
You saw that too. That was supposed to be in his mouth, but was actually in his shirt.
I'm like, what the like? How do you go from this to on Monday throwing the medicine ball? On Monday, that same month, like, really, fam?
We could throw this into another fucking American, bro.
I mean, that all that shit was bullshit because they never talk about rescheduling the fucking fight.
No, and they never told you what was wrong with him. It could have been diarrhea for all we know. Like, what's wrong with him? What, he got food
poison? He was
poison?
poisoned, bro. The massage lady put the mystical cream on this pause. Put the mystical cream on this dude.
Nah, she gave him. She gave him a happy ending, and he lost his fucking legs. That's what happened, dog.
You know what happened to my son?
He used the bidet.
Yeah, like
it was on
like Jay Prince perfected the art of war. He brought in. He said, "Yo, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring a nice lady. She's gonna take Floyd's virginity, and then we're gonna win the fight."
Yeah, you're gonna be fucked up at. He gonna be on spaghetti legs after that.
He joins William Cepeda as being another fighter who's dug Shakur Stevenson before.
Okay, buddy.
Forget Shakur Stevenson.
He's in good company.
He ducked Ashton Silva, bro. People forget he pulled out on him too. He pulled out on him. That's how Ashton Silva ended up getting knocked out. It was supposed to be Floyd. Floyd pulled out on some pussy shit. Lucas Body stepped in. Lucas Body knocked out Ashton. I wanted to see Schofield versus Body. That's what I wanted.
It's a miracle he's already a father. All this dude does is pull out.
Davis versus Albright is starting. Yeah, I got it on the phone right now.
Yeah, I'm watching the fight right now.
So wait, is Davis a 147 pounder or a 140 pounder?
140.
Oh, 140.
140.
Okay,
140.
okay.
And Tion is the 147 pounder, the younger brother, the youngest of the three. He's actually pretty good. He's actually pretty good though. The younger brother.
6'1", yo.
Yo, he said he felt disrespected because people want fucking refunds. Check him out.
Ooh.
Oh, you feel
Are you
disrespected. You
said
feel
that?
fucking Tion.
Oh,
check
hell
him
no,
out.
dude.
I'm sorry, bro, but we're not here to see you game. I'm sorry, buddy.
What championship belt did you win again?
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm sorry. You know what you should have done? You should have qualified for the Olympics.
Yo, the fucking
really
nerves of these dudes.
bro.
Wait, who was the one that said it?
The younger brother, Tion.
Oh, wow.
Did they sell the fight on his good looks, bro? Like, I just want to know, like, what stake in the game did you have? Because I'm pretty sure it was a title fight. You fucking asshole.
Albright.
You know what's funny?
He throwing some big old punches. Albright.
You know what's funny? You know how much you don't care about this dude, bro? He called him like Tion 3 times, bro. That's not even his name, bro. It's been Keon this entire time, bro. Nobody checked him or nothing, bro.
I'm old. I was in the gym for 2 fucking hours, all right? I had to supervise everything my wife was doing. I took a nap, you know. I haven't even had dinner yet.
Keon. You know, Deion Sanders. It don't matter.
Albright's kind of schooling him a little bit here.
A little bit, yeah. Kelvin
love alliteration.
struggling to maintain distance, man, because Albright trying for some big old punches.
Yeah, but Albright's also clinching too.
Because he's overshooting it, trying for them big ass punches.
Big ass fucking 140 pounder.
Deja de estar abrazándolo, coño.
Want to show that jab, Kelvin?
I honestly think about Ross.
Albright deserves to be knocked out with its ridiculous ass trunks, man.
Mm-hmm. You ever wonder? That looked like a Skittles wrapper. Yeah, well, a Skittles wrapper. It looked like he just stitched together a bunch of Skittles wrappers.
You ever wonder how somebody at featherweight can stay at the weight being 6'1"? Like some of these guys are just ridiculous. Like,
you talking about Rafa?
Yep. I've been wondering how long he's going to be able to stay at 126 because that just blows my mind that he's even able to do that in the first place.
Whether it's Rafa or Sebastian or Benvenuti, you know, the weight bullying is real. Because what the fuck are you doing there, Sebastian?
I don't know. He's been a career featherweight. I don't think he's going anywhere.
At some point, it gets hard though. At some point, to
is
keep
that
going down there.
Because I would think at some point you just stop growing or something.
You stop growing, but your metabolism slows, bro. That's when it gets difficult. When your metabolism slows and you can't burn through calories and fats as like as quickly as you used to, it's gonna get hard, bro. I don't think for a second Rafa can stay there for another 2-3 fights, bro. Nah.
Well, so Jules, what do you think about like Nakatani versus Rafael Espinosa?
That is a 50-50 fight. I mean, come on. Like you can't. Junto's talking about jumping up 2 weight classes, bro. That is seldom ever a good idea. Seldom. Like I like Junto too, and he does have size to grow into the division, but gradually. You're talking about doing it on a whim. I don't know that I can trust you to handle that assignment. Rafa might fucking Junto your Nakatani, bro. Fuck this all up.
The whole thing just comes out of nowhere. Like, you were initially talking about, we want the fight as soon as possible with Inoue because you want no excuses. Then you turn around after Inoue's made it very clear he's not in a hurry to move up. You're going up 2 weight classes to go after Espinosa, bro.
Do you see what I see, Jason? Do you see what that I'm like? They already set aside tentatively May as the date of the fight. They set that aside, right? Whatever else he does this year, whatever. May is when you guys should fight. And what you're talking about is skipping past his division. I like Junto, man, but I'm just saying that shit sounds squirrely to me. That shit sounds real fucking squirrely.
I'm starting to hear some quacks over there. I'm starting to hear some quacks.
Nah. I wouldn't.
Bro, I'm saying, how you gonna say you can't wait till May? There's like 2 other guys with belts. Fight one of them. You can't wait till May for Inoue. You can't. Come on. You fucking fight this fucking guy. You fight this fucking guy on Sunday. You see if you could schedule another unification match before the year is out, or you move up to 122 before the year is out. I don't know. Go fucking fight Tapales. Go fucking fight Neri. Go fight somebody that Inoue fought. I'm saying it sounds like a quack. It sounds like a quack.
Hold on. Arguably, Rafael Espinosa is going to be a harder fight for one. And 2, that was the whole thing. I'm gonna be completely honest. I think Espinosa harder.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad point, but I don't even know that Rafa goes for that. The fight that I think is more realistic for Junto, if you really want to, do something like that, is Angelo. Angelo don't got nothing to do. He just fought in Japan. He's not worth any fucking money. You can fight him, and you can beat him because he's been beat. You can beat him. Like him, he's a 120.
Yeah, he's getting knocked out, man. Oh shit.
He's in trouble. I agree,
he's in trouble. Hometown fights.
But you know what I was? Oh my god, man, my shit's slow as hell.
They rolled to the flip.
Yep.
He's getting
hit.
He's getting mugged.
If it was a slip, he wouldn't be getting mugged right now.
Well, no, he did kind of push him down at the end of that.
He did, but it's like
he was
still got a hold.
He was getting hit though.
If he wasn't, he is now.
Yeah,
oh shit!
Shit! Oh
shit!
Get off them ropes!
Oh shit! That
Get off them ropes!
Don't trade with him. Get away from the ropes. There you go. Oh shit!
Your brother missing weight. You wanna get knocked out, bro? That's crazy.
That's fucked up, bro.
Like the two brothers getting.
That's why y'all on the undercard.
Yep.
Hooney. Yo, that's fucked up. They did him dirty, bro. That count was super fast.
Hell yeah, bro. What the fuck was that?
Bro, that was a perfectly safe, normal count.
After 5, Hooney's still getting up. You don't know if he gonna be wobbly or not. 5.
It reminds me
that the ref was going.
It reminds me of
the ref was
cartoon where Elmer Fudd was the ref and Elmer and Daffy were boxing, and he knocks Elmer down, and the ref goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, the ref went to the supervisors to see the timekeepers to see. Oh, okay, good. 7, 8. All right, it's over.
I don't know what you guys talking about. That was a perfectly normal count. If anything, that count was slow. The count was slow.
Wardley!
Opportunity. Every opportunity.
I hope Keisha feels responsible if his brother loses tonight. I hope he feels responsible. That it's all his fault. He threw everything off.
Oh man, he looked.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I disagree with all of y'all. I think that it was a perfectly good count. I think that Hooney was done. I saw him stumble forward when he tried to get up, and I think that the ref made a pretty decent call. I mean, he got in the 10th round. He was beating him soundly, and just out of nowhere, he just got hit with that perfectly fresh.
Come on, you got to find out who you are right now, Kelvin. You got to find out who you are. You've been doing this boxing shit. You got to let your hands go.
Think based on what.
Go ahead.
Like I heard Gems say that it's highly implied that Keyshawn had a bad camp, and seeing how his brother looks like dog shit, maybe that's true.
No, his brother's just dog shit. But continue.
Fucking Ray with the cold hard truth.
Here's the problem, bro. You signed your name on the fucking dotted line. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. You had a lot of money sitting on the table, and you ain't gonna get paid now. All that for what?
If you're having a bad camp, like
I don't even think
y'all gotta let Julio
talk. Bullshit.
Y'all gotta let Julio talk. Go ahead, Julio.
I was gonna say, like, if you're having a bad camp right after you win a belt, and you're supposed to be like the next guy from the United States, is not a good look. Like, it's like mental weakness. Like all these American fighters have it.
All of them. Do I think he had a bad camp? Probably. But even with the bad camp, I would have picked him to beat De Los Santos. But there's no excuse for it at the end of the day. The postulations and the hypothesis, all of it takes a backseat to you not being a professional and you behaving like a fucking child, which you're not. You're 27 years old, 26, 27. You're not a little boy.
You got how many people?
You got 11,000 people that bought a ticket, and this is how you thank them for their patronage. You're not a fucking child, dog.
For real.
How many people?
If it was a bad camp, then it makes Bo Mackley bad.
Man,
that's true.
This hometown bullshit. Davis initiates a clinch, and the ref waits forever to break it up. Albright gets the clinch in, and the ref is right
and that's
there.
Crazy because since you mentioned it, like they this is the second time like they go over the top for you. You know, they even put like you trash ass brothers on the undercard. Like
everybody knows
like in the prelims.
Everybody knows Kelvin belongs on Pro Box. Come on.
Nah, that was the deal though.
The cameras.
He's a Salida Promotions level fighter.
That's Madonna's promotions, man.
That's disrespectful.
That's fucked up, bro. I be seeing the dudes on my Donna promotions, bro. I know I'll never see them again. That's how bad they are, bro.
Nah, I mean, we got Bam versus Kafu. Bam versus Martinez, man. I'm waiting for that, man. I need that.
I wonder what happened to the negotiations for the Kenshiro Taraji fight, because there was a point where I thought Kenshiro said himself he wanted to fight Bam.
Didn't he decide to stay at Fly? Kenshiro, didn't he say that he's going to stay there, try to get some more unifications? I could have swore I saw something that said that a few weeks ago, that he's deciding to stay. He wants to go after the other belts.
Yeah, I think he wants to go after that, have the trilogy fight with Ibuki. Because Ibuki has one of the other belts.
After that, he could go after Calixto, you know? If he beats Ibuki and you want to move up and you want to win an easy title, well, sort of easy, or the easiest title to win, relative, go after Calixto. Got the IBF. That's Superfly.
Honestly, just go undisputed. I feel like that would just be the easiest move at this point. Why not?
It's that he's a big fly, and he's not young either. You know, I know he looks like he's fucking 15, but fucking that dude is like 30-something, ain't he?
Yep, he's an older. And the thing is, you don't see many flyweights that age either. So
no,
his longevity is definitely proven.
And I do fuck with Kenshiro, but he get hit. He do get hit. Yes, he gets hit. He get hit a lot.
Arguably, so does Inoue.
There's not a lot of fights that I really think are a problem for him at one flyweight. Like honestly, it's guys he's already beaten.
Should be able to do it. The question is, can he make the weight? Oh shit, Kelvin gonna lose this thing, man.
Dude, it's only the third.
Oh, what a shame!
Man.
Oh my God, he's only landed 5 punches. Holy shit!
It's only the fourth round.
He gonna lose this thing.
He's already been knocked down almost once, and it's only the 4th round, dude. He's not gonna win.
He's not gonna win this thing, man. Unless he summons the same gods that Fabio Wortley summoned.
Bro, you need balls for that. And this guy
no, not balls, just talent.
Bro, come on now. He kept trying and trying and trying until he got it. Just like Julio Cesar Chavez when he knocked out fucking Meldrick Taylor, dude. You just got to keep going till the bitter end, dude.
Jules, what did you hear anything about him leaving K Karoma?
Who, Kelvin?
All of them.
I didn't hear anything about that, but I think leaving K Karoma is a good idea. K sucks. Yeah. K sucks, bro. That dude is ass.
But he had Keyshawn looking pretty decent.
Was that him or was that Bo?
I think it's like a mix between both of them.
Shit, I see K Karoma in the corner. I already figured, you about to have some problems. Sandy had fucking K in the corner. Fuck.
Why? Like, what? Why do you think he's like? Have you heard anything like as to why he sucks?
No, I've seen a couple of fighters that he coached the last, I want to say, 2 to 3 years when I took notice of him, and those fighters lost. That's where I do that opinion.
I'm the same way. He has like a bad record, but he has like such a big reputation in the U.S. For his boxing.
Like Breadman, right? Like Breadman.
It's because he's the Olympics coach. That's why he has a big reputation.
Fucking like Breadman, bro. Kept hearing about Breadman until you see, a lot of Breadman's guys tend to lose. Kelvin, you tried the boxing shit, Kelvin. You gotta let your hands go.
Here's what I'll say about K Karoma. He's a good complimentary trainer. Like, oh my God!
Damn, dude is so slow, man.
He's getting his ass beat.
He's so slow, man.
He just tried for 4 right hands. Oh my God,
dude!
It's going down.
He's a tall, lanky fighter that just keeps his chin out there, dude.
Albright is here to upset the party. Don't let him out of Norfolk. If he wins, shoot him.
Jules, this drives me crazy.
I gotta get a snack. I'll be right back.
Guys, this drives me crazy about a lot of modern Western fighters, especially. They abandon their guard because they're trying to open their opponent up and land the counter. The thing is that a lot of these guys, if they would just keep that high guard, keep that fucking left hand close to the fucking chin at all times, they would, not be receiving as much damage as they do. Look at this guy. He's just fucking keeping his chin out there.
Yeah, also, you got to tuck your chin also.
Well, you know what? You know why that happens a lot of times? A lot of times, because the thing is, I'm still like training somehow, and the thing is, a lot of times, man, it's just laziness of these guys, man. Like, then they don't wanna like listen to their coaches when they tell like just to keep your motherfucking hands up, and also the coaches, they're not putting like the pressure on them. Like you can tell this guy having told many times, like you're doing something wrong. You can tell he's been doing. Oh yeah, man, look at that right, man. Like you know what I mean?
So that's
Well, he got hit with one like at the beginning, bro. Like, damn. Oh, it was just on the replay.
Yeah, that's the replay. That's the replay of the last round.
Look, he overreached there. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
when your arms is that long, you can't. Oh my God! He's doing everything wrong.
He's doing the
Look at
he's so slow, man.
He doesn't have. He doesn't have the composure to manage his height properly. He doesn't have it.
That might be the worst lead hook I've ever seen in my life. Holy shit! So like,
did he even have his weight on his legs when he threw those punches?
No, like he didn't. He was falling in when he tried for a jab, got countered with a right, falling in.
He looked like he was doing the fucking Superman, the Soldier Boy shit, bro. That's what it looked like when he threw that hook.
Yeah, he tried to throw a Superman punch.
The Superman punch ever seen.
I'm telling you, dude, he's doing the pipe cleaner shuffle, man. For real.
Albright is on his ass, man.
Yo, Kelvin, get your CDL ready, bro.
Seriously, dude.
UPS is hiring, bro. UPS is hiring.
He reminds me a lot of Jared Anderson. He pulls back too much because he thinks because his opponent is a smaller guy, he's not going to catch him if he does it. Big mistake.
Go to Amazon, man. We got a contact over there for you.
He is smaller than him by like a couple inches, but it's like, but what's his name? Albright's arms are long as shit.
Just call Danny Garcia at Amazon. Shift supervisor Danny.
Danny's your contact, man. He'll get you in.
He'll get you in, bro. He'll get you in the union.
I'm starting to think Inoue Fulton has to be required viewing for any tall fighter who thinks that they can just lean back and let the guy chase him. Like, no, bro, they'll catch you.
Damn, Albright.
I noticed that a lot of the taller fighters of this era don't really know how to manage their height or distance like the older fighters used to. Like a lot of the tall fighters in this era, save one or two, are very fucking clumsy. Very clumsy, dog.
Fundora.
How about this?
Boy.
So, do you think what's this guy's name? Wilder's trainer.
Malik Scotch.
No, the good one.
Mark Breland.
Mark Breland should train him, bro.
Nah.
I mean, the thing is that look, you can put cilantro in it, you can use a little bit of garlic powder, but it's still shit. It's still shit. You could add pinch of salt.
It won't matter. He doesn't listen.
I don't think it's gonna matter. I don't think he has the talent level. I never thought that about Kelvin. I always thought, God bless him, but this ain't gonna work out.
Would you say that it's indicative of the Western fighter to have a huge lack of discipline?
Yes.
They don't. Yeah.
Not only that, fighter,
the American fighter is grossly overrated. The last 7 years of boxing tell the story. What the fuck did Jared Anderson do to ever be the heir apparent to the heavyweight division besides be American? What? What the fuck was what? What did he do?
A neck tattoo?
I guess.
Hey, bro, he boxed pretty, bro. That's all it was, bro. You get that little shoulder roll on you. You get that little speed on you.
Ain't that what it always is, Ray? If you roll a punch off the shoulder, motherfuckers got to change their underwear, bro. That's how the shit is.
And by the way, this not a race thing either, bro. Because Caleb Plant did the same thing. Motherfuckers fell in love.
Caleb Plant was supposed to be the sweet. Caleb Plant was supposed to be the sweetness, the sweet hands, rolling punches off the shoulder. Resendiz didn't care about that shit.
I always knew
he was Tennessee Paul Spadafora, bro.
Caleb Plant is like the weakest shoulder roll I've ever seen in my life, man. Like his face was turning to hamburger.
It's a sad day that PBC lost their only slick black fighter, man.
Shit is hard out here, bro.
Shit is the silly shell.
I mean, I never see him. This is the funny thing. I never see him like he trying to be black. I think I always see him like a very southern guy. Like
no,
I don't. Come on, country, stop being fucking racist. Come on.
No, I ain't got nothing to do. I was talking about because Coach Malachi.
Come on, that's racist. Come on now.
Fuck you, Jules.
I don't think that Caleb is. Honestly, I agree with what Jose. I don't think Caleb is like he's the white guy that wants to be the black guy. I don't think that. He's a country bumpkin.
He's country as fuck, man.
Yeah. To me he's like the hillbilly Peter Manfredo.
And the shit about them white boys, them hillbilly white boys, they could fight. Like they fight. Like that's what there's nothing else out there. There's no jobs.
No,
Nah,
definitely
nah,
can. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Joe,
It reminds me of Yellow Wolf.
Coach Malachi nicknamed him PBC Slick Black Fighter. That's where I got that from, and I thought it was funny.
He's Paul
Come on,
Wall.
that's fucking racist. Come on, country, stop being racist.
That's not racist.
I think of Paul Wall.
man.
Racism. Come on.
Nah,
stop.
not trying to be a bigot, but he's
No, but
he was literally from the trailers.
No, but again, that's
Everybody says that because he's with the hot black girl is why they say that, and that's why they say that. They're like, oh, he's like trying to be like a white guy. He eats collard greens and shit like that. Like, no, he eats shit like that because he's from the fucking country, bro. He's from fucking Memphis,
Dude,
Tennessee.
He drives.
He's
Travis
Travis
bro.
Kelce,
Like, come
bro.
on, like
He's Travis Kelce.
He's from
drives a
Memphis.
lowrider, man.
He's
like
from Memphis, bro. He's from
Paul
Memphis,
Wall.
and Memphis is the
It's a
toilet
horrible
hot dog
place.
water.
Oh my
It's
god.
That is the hot dog water of America, dog. Memphis. Yeah, he's not pretending to be poor. He is poor.
He's a
Agreed.
gutter.
Well, he was poor.
It's a park trailer type thing, man. Like,
He's like
Yeah.
Riff Raff.
Oh man, y'all say
He's
I'm
like
racist,
Riff Raff
man.
boxing.
Yeah.
Come on, country.
No.
Stop with the racism.
No.
Come on, stop.
No,
Dude,
quit race
here's
baiting.
the thing.
I am not being racist, man.
Come on, that's
No,
racist,
but
country. Stop it.
no, but that was like just my point of view. Like, a lot of people see him like he's trying to be black, but I think he just looks like country as
No,
fuck.
and,
man.
if you hear him talk, right? It's not like he's got like an accent or something that he's trying to. Because you see like the Florida bitch. What's the bitch name? The bitch, the baddie Bobby retarded
Catch
bitch.
me outside.
Catch me outside, right?
Yeah,
he
bad baby.
really when he talk, it's not like that. Like he just talks like a country boy, like he's a soft-spoken country boy, bro. I don't think he putting on. And if you look at how he dressed like a white boy that has money and no fashion sense. Like it ain't like he out here dressing like Devin or something. Like his feet got a white boy fit. Like nothing against him, by the way, but I'm saying that he's not trying to be like
come on,
black and nothing.
Juice,
Like I
let's
would not
not
say
say
that.
He looks like
Come
a
on.
really good. He looks like a really good white barber.
Yeah.
Also, he's met his kids. I mean, he's not trying to be black.
See, I'm not. See, I'm gonna have to go. See, now I didn't tell you to say that, so I'm gonna have to smoke a cigarette behind that. See, that was racist. Okay, that was racist. That's disrespectful. I want you to apologize to the panel, Jason. Take it back.
I apologize to the panel. I take that back. I take that back.
All right, that's some fucked up shit. Now,
I attempted
Caleb,
to make a joke. It landed flat.
I think Caleb is just that white guy that he's just. I don't know. Like it's because of the association of PBC that people automatically assumed that he's the white guy trying to be like, and not like he's just a country ass motherfucker, dog. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he eats squirrel meat. I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, also like if you peep, I mean, not peep, but not a lot of people are like from Memphis, around boxing. So like he is like the one guy like from the island, like he's alone in that island.
What you trying to say, Jules? He got moonshine in his water?
A possum is like a turkey in a fur coat to him.
Yeah, like they got possum traps outside the house and shit like that. Like he's just a country ass motherfucker is what I see. Like, he's just a country ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like it's also, I would say that it's also like a lot of the white folks you see in Dallas, that like now they not putting on. That's how they are. Like they not putting on. They fight out there. That's how they are.
You said Dallas, bro?
Well, Texas, somewhere in there.
Okay, that's maybe Houston, but we're known sadly, we're, even though I'm broke, sadly we're known for being bougie, bro.
I mean, hell, you remember George Bush? How he used to talk?
That's my neighbor.
Yeah.
Right. If you put a do-rag on that dude,
Calvin Davis is the Fredo Corleone of the family. Yes, he is.
Damn.
Who?
Now, Dallas is where all the yuppie people go to pretend to be schools.
Yeah, I'm wrong. I meant Houston.
Yeah, Houston is. Paul Wall's from Houston.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Paul Wow, my down. You know what I'm saying? All that good shit.
Yeah, I know that country ass dude. Like,
there's country ass motherfuckers. Like motherfuckers is confusing being country with, cultural appropriation and shit like that.
Caleb is country like Theo Vaughn. Like,
what's the problem?
Yes, that's a good comparison.
Yeah,
it's just like a lot of people that never go nowhere. Or sometimes they just don't pay attention, like how certain people talk in certain places. Because man, like You can get more country than Memphis and Oklahoma and New
Bro,
Orleans,
Memphis.
man.
I can't stress this enough that Memphis is a shit hole. Like, yeah, he's not pretending. He is poor.
I mean,
he was
yeah.
poor.
Have you heard
Dude,
how people
parts
from
of
New
the
Orleans
South
talk,
is
man?
like the third world.
There are some porta potty states in the Union. One of them is Memphis. The other is Gary, Indiana, particularly Gary, Indiana.
Dude,
Like, yeah, they ain't pretending out
St.
there.
Louis
If you
too,
drive
man.
through the South and parts of the Midwest, it literally looks like Iraq. Like it looks like a war zone in these fucking states.
I'm
in these
trying to
small
tell you,
towns.
like I wouldn't. There's places I wouldn't go. They wouldn't know what I am, and they'll shoot me just off of that.
I
What
mean,
is he?
there's if you want to see Memphis play back Hustle and Flow, bro. That's
Yeah,
literally
that's
Memphis.
That's Memphis.
Dude, if
Fuck
you
with-
want to see,
fuck with me, DJ. Fuck with me, DJ. Got the little piano in his hand. and
Hey,
shit.
hey, skinny man. Hey, skinny man.
Skinny man.
Stop,
Hey,
stop
skinny
the press.
man.
Stop the presses. Davis landed some punches.
Yeah, he's taking the fight to him now.
He just took a jab.
All I know is this, guys. Caleb Plant was the IBF champion, so 9 times out of 10, if he went that route, he had to actually fight people to get that belt. Yeah, they may not have been glorified.
he
guys,
fought
but-
people. He
Yeah.
fought
No, I don't think
Truax.
you could.
Yeah, who
I
he
don't
fight?
think you, I
Caleb
don't
ain't
think
fight
you
no
could. I don't. He fought Uskateki. Stop it. He fought Uskateki, and Uskateki was
Truax,
not a
too.
bum.
Wow.
He was not a
Who
bum.
else?
Bro, who the fuck did Edgar fight that you keep giving him a vote of confidence?
Who's talking about
Who did
Edgar?
Edgar fight,
I'm just
dog?
asking about Caleb. Where
Who
did
the-
Edgar
Because
come from?
I can't wrap my mind around thinking that Edgar is a good boxer, but Caleb is a bad boxer.
Because people like gas Caleb up, and I'm just like,
And you're
what?
not gassing Edgar, who never beat
No, I'm not
anybody as
saying
good as
you are.
Uskateki.
I'm not saying you are. I'm saying people in the boxing community like gas Caleb up for shit that has nothing to do with boxing. Okay, he smacked the shit out of Charlo, but Caleb fights nobody. He'll
Are you
step
actually gassing up
because-
Edgar, by the way? Like, I'm just
Yes, bro.
He'll
Ask
step-
him.
Yo, take
step
it
up
back. He
because
fought the great Fagan boots.
He'll fight guys where he can, PBC will throw him an opportunity, and then other than that, he fights nobody.
Wait, answer the
He looks
question.
like shit.
Answer the question. Are you gassing up Edgar, bro?
No, I think Edgar and Caleb are closer, closer than people think. That's it.
He's gassing up Edgar.
He's a gassing up Edgar. You can fucking hear it. His voice started trembling when I mentioned Edgar. No.
Caleb Truax is putting hands on Caleb Plant.
You can hear the phone.
Fucking
Wait, hold on.
Marcellus Cosaris was putting hands on Edgar. Steve Rose
yeah.
was putting
Wait, here's
hands
what I'll
on
say
Edgar.
though. Here's what I'll say though. Let's say they fought the same type of opposition, right? Let's say like the Truaxes and the Uskatekis are very similar to the Angulos and that, right?
Okay. But
Edgar
here's the-
barely won against those guys.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Caleb didn't-
If
Caleb didn't
Edgar
blow
had
those
to
guys
fight
up on fire.
Uskateki, he's going to if he had to fight the Uskateki that Caleb fought, yeah, Uskateki might light his ass up. Edgar sucks.
They
I don't know, man.
Edgar
Edgar sucks,
sucks.
so does Caleb. That's all I'm saying.
Edgar sucks, but I think Edgar does beat Caleb because of the gas tank.
I
At this
agree.
point, yes.
I just think Caleb's overrated.
I think he has a chance though.
I think you guys are jealous that he gets to bone Jordan all night. Because I am.
I mean,
I am too.
Like straight up.
Okay,
Jordan
well,
hasn't
you
met
say
yet.
you say bone, right? You say bumble with that gas tank. It's probably a quickie, bro.
Whoa. That's disrespectful.
Fucking quickie and shit.
Shoot it. You just hate him, man. You just hate him, man.
I am.
You think that's fucked up?
Come
Remember
on,
when I
I
said
hate
that his
too,
gas
man.
tank is like the Ocean Gate
No, he's
sub?
there for a good time, but not a long one. Come on now.
Listen, man. To be fair, bro. To be fair, it should have been me, eh?
It's
Just like his
really-
IBF.
No, really,
Just like
it
his
should have
title
been me
reign.
because that's my speed, though. Like that
Mira,
is my
envidioso. Váyase
speed,
de ahí.
though.
Váyase de ahí, envidioso.
You know, I admire him for that, but I hate him for it at the same time. It's like the Lex Luthor Superman thing. They're like, damn, you get to see that all day, bastard.
Fuck you.
That's why I said earlier. That's why I told you on Twitter a couple weeks ago, Jules. Like, I don't feel sorry for anything that happens to Caleb Plant. You're rich and you get to go home to Jordan. Fuck you. Just
Ass
fuck
after the
you.
gym, dog. Right after the gym for the salt. A little bit of salt. Edgar doesn't beat a prime Porky Medina. Honestly, I don't think he would beat Rogelio.
Wow.
Any motherfucker named Rogelio, yeah, you're not beating him, Edgar. Forget that shit.
Rogelio. Anybody?
Bro, Rogelio, bro. That sounds like
Oh, like a brick.
Rogelio!
Yeah, that's too exotic. Any name that's exotic, he loses to.
Hey! Just to defend my boy Porky, he did have fucking Jack. What's his name? Jack. Badu Jack twerking on the floor, bro.
I'm trying to tell you.
Wait, he knocked him out?
Yeah.
Oh
shit!
I never saw
The
that.
first guy to give Porky his first loss was Zurdo Ramirez. He's the one who fought the unbeaten Porky Medina. Little known fact.
Yeah, like people only remember Porky Medina because of the Benavides highlights.
Because of the fucking
man,
shoe shine, that gay
that
shit.
was bad, bro. I know that was bad. I'm not gonna lie. That knockout was crazy, bro.
Well, Porky, man, Porky's career has to be put in a documentary somehow because like it's interesting.
It was.
At the same time. Like,
it wasn't Jack, y'all. It was Jay Leon, and Jay Leon was hot trash. It wasn't. He didn't have Jack on the floor. That was Jay Leon Love.
I was the same.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah,
Jay Leon Love.
Jay
Leon Love.
That was the first loss of the Mayweather. No, the first loss of the Mayweather team was Spirit. What's his name? Spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah, it was Spirit. John Molina knocked him out in the 10th round. He stopped him.
Oh! I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's
the
Devin's
guy that
trainer.
Beat Miguel Vasquez.
He was
Mickey
Devin's
Bay,
trainer for Mickey Bay.
Mickey Bay.
Spirit.
Yeah.
You see Floyd and Leonard Ellerbe on the crowd like hug, clinch. Fuck. That whole money team was straight ass, bro.
They were like the St. The money team was honestly to boxing what the St. Lunatics were to Nelly. That's what they were.
God damn.
Yeah, bro. You can't say it was Rock. They didn't have a Beanie Siegel, so you can't say they were Rock Nation. They didn't have a Memphis Bleak. They didn't have a Freeway. They was the St. Lunatics.
They were like the Globetrotters.
Not even D12.
Remember?
They had Murphy Lee though.
Rolly was Murphy Lee.
Do you guys remember when like Tank was with the Mayweather team and people would like argue that he actually made like a good boxing gym and he was like a good trainer?
Yeah, I remember that.
Cause it's like, and then what's it called? Coach Malachi had that one clip that he always saved where I don't remember the guy's name. Is it Brian Kelly or something? The black dude for PBC. He was like, who's the next big star?
Brian Custer.
I
remember with Leonard Ellerbe, and Leonard couldn't say anything. He couldn't.
And Leonard's like,
he was just like, woo.
I remember that. Leonard couldn't, and at the time, here's the kicker. They actually had fight. At the time that question was asked, right? They had fighters. They had Jahan Ingram. They had they had Richardson Hitchens at that time.
They had Leo. They had Leo.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
They had Leo.
They probably didn't have him at that time either, bro.
You know what they probably didn't. You know what they probably didn't.
They're like, ooh, man,
but the way he danced around that question, bro, was like,
he was
yo,
doing
that's
the Bill Haney
crazy.
filibuster, man.
He was like, and you know when somebody says this, they don't have shit. He was like, we've just got so many guys. That,
did you watch that interview? When you watched that interview, right? Did you get the sense that Brian knew that he was fucking with him?
Bro, you saw how he laughed. Oh yeah, because what he said afterwards, you know, he said he was like, interesting. No, fuck it, is it? Yo, you know he doesn't have shit to say.
Bro, it's the way he asked the question. Like it's like he set it up. Like it's like he asked it knowing this motherfucker ain't got shit. He said, "Who's the next big Mayweather?"
Yo, I found it in the comments. We have some young guns that are coming through, and there's just so many of them that I just can't focus on just one.
No, they had so many young guns that you fucking stepped down as CEO, dog.
Dude,
that's how many young guns they had, bro.
He was doing the Bill Haney filibuster, man. It said everything but answered nothing.
For real. Let me go smoke a cigarette. I'll be right back.
And that's interesting because, like, you say something like that when you know, when you don't want to say like bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, interesting. Like,
you know what's interesting though? The only signing that turned out to be all right was Savannah Marshall. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Wait,
I heard she was signed for a little bit, but then she bounced or something like.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that
That's the
was
best
fucked
talent
up.
they ever signed was Savannah Marshall, literally.
That was fucked up
No,
because Clarissa was asking Floyd to sign her, and this motherfucker went and signed
no, but you know
Savannah
the
instead.
no, but you know the backstory behind that, right? The Savannah Marshall signing with the
What?
Mayweathers.
Why? But
They just needed somebody to like sign to be like allowed in the country because of the job visa or whatever. Because hers expires and she needed like an excuse to like be approved, and
shit.
they were just
Nah,
desperate. So like as
that's
soon as they
crazy.
got into the Mayweathers, they just ran away. Like okay, well, it was good business, man, mate. Let's go the
But
this way, mate.
I will say it's kind of funny, all this pro-black shit that nigga decided to say, and you wouldn't even sign Clarissa Shields. You signed a white woman first grade.
Exactly, bro.
No, the point.
Exactly.
No, but here's
like,
the kick. No,
that's like Wilder, like claiming how the promoters are white devils and this
no,
and that.
but
And
you
then
know
he
what's the
turns around
kicker,
and
man?
signs with the white promoter.
No, but you know
yeah.
what's the kicker, man? The thing
What?
Clarissa didn't want to sign with them in the first place.
Hey, country. You remember when Wilder was saying, he was like, yeah, Eddie Hearn is the devil. Yeah,
Yeah.
this and that. He's the white devil,
And he was
bro.
talking
Who
to
did?
that one young black kid talking about, and that kid was calling him king, and he's all, we got a war to fight, and blah, blah, blah. And then shortly after, he signs a fucking...
Not. It was during the Joshua, and he was talking about Eddie's the white devil, bro. Who did you sign with to get knocked the fuck out?
Exactly.
You signed with Frank
Fucking
Warren and Bob
idiot.
Arum.
No, but if you guys remember correctly, like
Hold
that
on,
group
wait.
of
I'm sorry.
that
Wait,
group of
imagine just
Clarissa.
saying this. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, it's gonna be real quick. That group of Clarissa Shields and Shakur Stevenson. Mayweather was trying to sign those guys, but they didn't want to.
You notice that all the idiots that defended him were amazingly silent once that happened. It's like, gee, how does that feel, fellas?
And you know what's crazy? Shakur Stevenson explained perfectly why he didn't sign to Mayweather, and the weird Mayweather cult still got upset about it when he basically said like, yo, like I came there and I want a guy that's gonna promote me. And then when he had like a poster of all of us or whatever, my name was like some small ass name in the corner, and he had like Davis's name like big and plastered or something. Like I can't, like, damn. He's like, I understand that's your star fighter, but you got me at the bottom of the list. Yeah, I'm not gonna sign with you. And that was that.
Oh yeah,
no, but also
he would have went nowhere.
No, also like remember like what he also said like, yeah, but he also like he put me on this card. It's all gonna be yours and shit. So like he showed like an exaggeration. And the thing is, we know Shakur is dumb, but he's not as dumb as Tank. So, so he thought like, no, I think this is a scam, and he signed with somebody else. And also, I think Clarissa was an influence on him too, because Clarissa came up with the Mayweathers. So she was training with them, but she didn't sign with them. That's the funny thing.
Well, yeah, because Floyd is all about, he doesn't want his fight. I'm sorry, but my impression that I got from him is that he doesn't want any of his fighters to really, show him up.
None of them.
I mean, look what he did. Even though Carmel Moten didn't turn out to be great, look at how he was doing Carmel Moten. I mean, he had a fight, and instead of promoting his fight, Floyd was out there promoting his exhibition over Carmel Moten's fight. Like, that's
country.
your fighter.
Country. Remember, Floyd doesn't want nobody to outshine him. Do you remember how he was fucking threatening Tank with Lomachenko, bro?
Yeah.
Like that was fucked up. But yeah, he was. Tank dug Loma, bro.
Yeah, that's just funny though. I'm not even hating for that, bro. That's hilarious, bro. Like, yo, Tank's out and acting out of order, bro. All right, we got to bring the big guns. Call Bob Arum.
Yo, these guys.
Hey, Bob, we're ready.
People will tell you with a straight face that you're lying if you tell them that he ducked Lomachenko, that he swerved fucking shit. We were just talking about him. Anyway, fucking dude, he has not fought a single one of his contemporaries, and yet they have the nerve to try to praise this guy, to put him on a pound for pound list for beating a guy at a catch weight.
The only contemporary that he did fight was Ryan, but and he had to use a freaking
at a catch weight.
Yeah,
at a catch
weight. It wasn't even for a title.
Too,
a catch weight, rehydration clause, and a mole count. Like, come on,
for context, his fight with Rolly Romero was for a secondary title, the regular championship. That was more legitimate for what he was fighting Tank for, which is just pay-per-view.
And you know what's funny? And you know what's funny? Rolly Romero also had a rehydration clause, and funny enough, he never fought a 135 again. So
yeah, because he was struggling to make weight. You saw how big that motherfucker was.
Hey, a question. Is this the Davis brother that was talking shit about the refunds?
Yes. No, it was the younger one. It was the younger one.
No.
Yeah, he was getting his ass whooped.
He felt disrespected.
Aside from Teofimo and Hitchens, the American 140 pounders kind of suck, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean Hitchens kind of sucks.
Kind of sucks. Nah, but this fight, bro,
Hitching is boring, but he can
fight, but that's why he sucks. But he sucks though.
These dudes are very low level.
99 to 45. Fuck.
These guys are very low level. I mean, this is like a sloppy, shitty ass fight.
I won't disrespect Albright like that. To be fair, like his record isn't amazing, but it's quite literally because he's had like some of the tougher fights coming up. He never really got his hand held.
So clear Albright.
God damn! Look at that scorecard.
Aside from Keyshawn, who'd he fight?
He fought Jermaine Ortiz and Carlos Balderas, some other guy that I remember too.
All right.
Yo, did anybody see Andy Cruz talking shit about Keyshawn?
Yeah. That's clearly not him on Twitter, right?
Good.
I mean, obviously not actually.
Oh, that wasn't him.
I think that is Andy, bro. Like he's talking shit like Andy.
But it seemed like I don't know.
Nah, if it was Andy, he would probably call them like a marrano or puerco.
He'd be talking. First of all, he'd be typing in Spanish. So
yeah, pinche puerco.
That's true. I don't think Andy knows.
One of them ruled it a draw. One of the judges ruled this a draw.
No, he talks in English. You know, whatever he talks about Keisha, he's like, my son is fighting.
Oh. He beat that motherfucker like 5 times, son. I think he gets to say that now.
My son is gordo. He should say.
Bro, he'll literally be like, he'll say it in like the most disrespectful way. Like, I'm proud of my son. He just won another fight. Like, he'll be hyping Keyshawn up. Like,
there you go. There you go.
Yeah, the right man won.
Yeah.
That's another Davis that lost.
This dude is sad.
All right. So Bob should know what to do now, right? Cut this now. There's no need to waste time, right?
Honestly, yes. Like, bro, we see where he at, and that's where he is. You know,
bro. There was a card that was a draw and 196-94. If he coasted on any of those rounds, he would have lost this fight.
Yeah.
God damn.
That's crazy.
They were trying to rob him, right?
How could anybody have that a fucking draw, dog? Like, how?
That's crazy.
How could anyone have that 96-94?
Yeah.
Keyshawn walked over to the judge, put a gun to his head and said, all right, bro, so you know what's happening next, right? Yeah, I know he lost.
He put a turkey leg to his head.
You don't score this a draw for my brother. You don't leave Norfolk tonight. Not alive. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Jules. Hey, Jules.
Good.
Put a number out there that you think Top Rank lost tonight, money-wise.
I think they lost because I heard that they returned 2,000 tickets, and that was at 2-3 in the afternoon. So I would put the number at 500,000, maybe a little more.
Plus, they still gotta pay the fighters, right?
Yeah. I would put it in the neighborhood of maybe 500,000, at or around there. Maybe a little lower, but 2,000 in refunds plus whatever else after 2 p.m. They had until 5 p.m. to refund their tickets. So I'd put the number around there, somewhere in between 100,000 to 500,000.
Okay, if you're Bob Arum and Carl Moretti, do you go back to Norfolk?
Not for another 2 fights.
Yeah.
No,
Not for another
it's
2 fights.
I mean, it's worse than that because remember they were bringing a bunch of celebrities. They were bringing Allen Iverson. They were bringing
Honestly, yeah, you probably lost money. You definitely lost money on that. You know,
Michael Vick, bro. Fuck. Yeah, and you know what? I'm glad because
They
Keyshawn
gotta.
was acting like a little bitch. Like he's over
yeah,
there fucking dancing and
blazing tank and shit.
yeah,
yeah.
fuck you. And I was so
Man,
high on this motherfucker. God,
Yo,
missing.
you
I
know
They
was
what
gotta
it
high on
send
is?
him
him,
to
man.
Riyadh. They gotta send him to
It's
Riyadh for a couple
it,
fights.
it's
Fuck you,
something that I thought
Loma.
about. It's because he lost, like, and I don't agree with it. I'm just saying, like, what it is. I think he just gave up on Tank, and he was like, you know what? Since I'm giving up, I might as well be nice to him now. And it's like, all right, that's the wrong idea. Even if you're gonna give up, still call him a bitch. Like,
Yeah.
don't just like, don't do that.
What he expressed was tantamount to admiration, which was gay and weak.
Yeah.
Well, Jules, he did
hey,
exactly what he did at 130 when he lost his title on the scales. He said that he didn't want to lose the
What?
weight. He didn't want to lose the advantage in the fucking fight. Tank
Mm.
Davis, because don't forget, Keyshawn's not the only one. Shakur Stevenson, he lost his title on the scales too. All these people want to be like fucking Tank Davis for whatever reason.
Yeah, what Tank did at 130 when he lost to IBF. You know,
I think Shakur. I like Shakur, but I think he's a bitch. Imagine if his best friend Keyshawn would have knocked out De Los Santos, bro.
right?
Yo, he would have been bitter as
He
fuck.
would have been mad about that, bro.
Yeah, like like
Pussy would have hurt. Pussy would have
like
hurt.
like when two females are like, hey, that's my ex boyfriend. Why are you trying to talk to him? Like, bitch.
For real.
Yeah.
I don't
Some
know. He
shit like
seemed
that.
happy all fight week for some reason. I think he might have low key. This might have been him just saying, "All right, if you knock out Edwin, I never have to hear that dude's name ever again. Please do that."
But he would have kept hearing it because people would have compared his performance to Keyshawn's. It's inevitable if they would have
Shit.
fought.
Oh well, we were never gonna fight in anyway. So
Shakur's the guy, man.
All right.
You think
He's
he'll
the guy.
fight Frank Martin at 140?
I don't think Frank has a choice, dog. PBC's not using him for anything.
I think Keyshawn will beat the shit out of Frank Martin.
Oh yes, like he will fuck him up. Like yes, it's a good fight. Like he'll fuck him up. He'll fuck him up.
Do you think that would be the redemption fight that he needs moving forward?
Nah, I think the redemption fight that he needs that will make everyone forget. It's not gonna happen. But the Teofimo Lopez fight, he will beat Teofimo.
I was gonna
All
say
fucking
Gary.
aside.
Yeah, I was saying Antoine Russell.
Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. To be honest, and I know exactly why too. That's a DMV fight.
Yo, you want to know how fucked up PBC is right now?
Mm.
You got Rick Glacier trying to poach Frank Martin, bro, on Twitter.
Yeah, he's trying to be in his advisor.
Yeah,
Literally
he's like, hey,
soliciting that.
No,
He-
because
he-
Spence is supposed to be his fucking promoter or manager or whatever the fuck.
hey,
He's
don't
not a
hear-
promoter. Look, it's a dummy corporation. All that shit to get man down promotions, Lions only. That's all dummy corporations. You've already told us that. I mean, these guys are just pretend, promoters.
No,
Yeah,
kids would have played
it's-
for him, bro.
So it's clearly that Man Down Promotions and DHP Promotions, same shit, right?
All that shit is the same shit because the thing is, unless you have someone, anybody can go out there and apply for a promoter's license and get one. But unless you have resources, do you have money to do shows? Like Danny Garcia, for as much as I clown him, he's a real promoter. He's already done about 5 or 6 of his own shows. So he's got backing. But just saying, oh, well, this is Ring IQ Promotions with no fucking backing, bro? That's an empty shoebox.
It's
Yeah.
like
I mean, where's the promotional structure?
the
Who
way
the
they
fuck?
do
Who
it
are
is
you
kind of weird.
promoting?
It's
Exactly.
Devin.
What's your roster looks like?
Amari Jones. That's it. Don't know who that is. That's the point.
Yo, that place looks empty as fuck.
That's a Keyshawn and Michael.
Yo, Visa, would you show up if you blew the weight, blew people's fucking their fucking betting slips for the
That's how you know
weekend?
he's a sociopath. That's how you know it's sociopathic
Bro,
behavior that you're doing stuff and you don't give a fuck about nobody. You don't give a fuck about Top Rank. You don't give a fuck about the cuss. You don't care about nothing. You're a sociopath.
Yeah, fuck everybody.
That might be it for him. Well,
Rick Glazer is a monumental dumbass. His cell phone number is on his website.
On the Twitter page.
You know that we should call it. We should call it.
We should impersonate
this prank call is like, yo, I got a fighter for you. He's 7-0.
I'm gonna be like,
and it should be a fucking crackhead.
Well, let's
call that. Let's take a time this week to call that number.
Hey Rick, this is.
I'm fucking.
No. Do it on the live.
I'm fucking 42. I can't be prank calling people.
Hey,
yeah, man. Fucking Morning Zoo.
I represent Canelo Alvarez. Could we set up a meeting?
Jesus.
Oh yeah, Rick. This is Luis King Kong Ortiz.
I need you help. I need you help. You know what I'm saying? I'm 42. I can't be prank calling people. I was gonna do it too. I was gonna do it on the live. I'm like, nah, come on, grow up.
Fuck it, go Morning Zoo.
Grow up, do it.
Come on, man. Grow a pair and do it.
I'm gonna tell him about this fighter I got named Julio from out of Albany.
Yeah, I got this fighter named Baba Booey.
Good jab.
He's high on the list. Really high.
He's gonna go all the way to the fridge, all the way.
Yeah, he's got a drug problem. He's very high.
He's he will test positive for no combuterol, but he will test positive.
Yo, shout out to Abdullah Mason's Viagra trunks.
We'll test positive for hepatitis B. You know,
not C though. That'd be a step too far.
Yeah, that's too much. Come on.
Abdullah's sponsored by Hims.
That's what I'm saying, yo. The dude got Viagra colored trunks. Like, what the fuck?
Yo, he said he's sponsored by Blue Chew.
Yo, did y'all see that video of Bomac at the weigh-ins? And
he looked mad.
Keyshawn steps on the scale and he's like, "Damn!" Like,
that is.
Hold on.
You know,
Bomac is shaking his head like, "Yo, I shouldn't have given my Cheetos."
You know,
aren't those ceremonial weigh-ins though?
For Bo to say, "Damn,"
they should make the trainers weigh in too.
It's bad when when you step on the scale and a big person is like, "Damn!" Like that's bad, bro.
Well, this is one of the things that I'm wondering. Like, this is you at a lightweight contest, dude. You're a junior fucking welterweight coming into a lightweight contest. I just wonder, are you going to be able to make junior lightweight if you move up?
Not for long. Not for long. I'll tell you that. He's not going to be up there long. I'll tell you that. He's not. He'll be at welter before you know it. I give it 1.5 to 2 years.
You see, that's the great mystery about boxing today. Like, what weight class do these guys really belong to?
You want the honest answer? The guys at lightweight, most of them belong at welter.
Yep.
A lot of them. Because, with the exception of maybe Shakur, because Shakur, he's a lean guy. He doesn't look like he gets put so heavy. He's a lean guy.
But would you have guessed that he's actually a featherweight? He started off at featherweight, I mean.
I mean, like, based off of common sense, I would have guessed that. But if you just looking at him, nah, probably not. If you don't know nothing, there's no context, you wouldn't guess this kid used to fight at 126. I don't think.
Shakur's also not very athletic.
I disagree with that.
What do you mean?
Man, I
did.
He's
the next one, right? He's the guy, right? Oh, he's not athletic now. What?
I'm saying Shakur's not explosive. He's not like Boots or like Teofimo.
Bro, did you see how many fucking step back he's done against De Los Santos, bro?
Wait,
them fadeaway step backs.
De Los Santos is another guy who's like explosive. Explosive.
Did you say Shakur's not athletic? Bro, describe Edgar Berlanga then.
Berlanga's one straight.
Okay, you trolled him.
No, like explosive is like,
man.
Like Fabio Ward.
You don't have to be explosive to be athletic. He is athletic. You don't have to be explosive to be athletic.
That's like the definition of athleticism, is being able to have
he's agile. No. He's agile and he's coordinated and he can move and he has an engine. He is athletic. He's not a puncher.
All right.
A puncher.
You know who else is agile and athletic? A fucking figure skater. But that's not the same athlete.
That is like athleticism, dog.
Yeah,
that is
athleticism. But it's not the same type of athleticism as like a
motherfucker going to use an athlete to dispel athleticism. You should have said like a baseball player.
As much as people hate it, that leap is athleticism.
If we're gonna split hairs,
a fucking golf player.
If we're gonna split hairs, let's just say Shakur's not explosive.
Dude, I was just trying to be funny. He's a 3-division champion. How the fuck can you not say he's athletic?
No,
he's
you can
not
be
like
your
Mike Tyson or Roy Jones or someone like that.
Okay, but there's a difference.
Hang on, guys. I have to come on the side here. You know that silver medalists aren't athletic. Come on.
I like to come on the side too, bro.
There's plenty of boxers who are not athletic. They're not athletic and talented. Like we're in La La Land. There's plenty of boxers that aren't athletic.
Bro, you're the one splitting hairs saying that Shakur's not athletic. He's plenty athletic, dog.
I'll say he's not. You're talking. I'll rephrase. He's not explosive. He doesn't.
Motherfucker got fadeaway step backs. He's not.
You're talking to Edgar Berlanga supporter, bro. Come on,
bro. I didn't even know those really. I didn't even know those really existed, bro.
What?
Anybody sitting around saying anything good about Edgar's boxing?
You think he's gonna beat Shiraz, or you think Shiraz is gonna beat him?
I don't know.
Oh, but if he's boxing, it should be an easy pick.
But Shiraz is a middleweight moving up, and the thing is, I don't know if I can trust Shiraz's chin. That's the main thing.
Right,
that's
not.
Wait. Hold on. Give me. Hey, Julio, aren't you in New York?
No, I'm in North Carolina.
What the fuck? Why do
you didn't know? Yeah, like I don't know why he bigging up Edgar, dog. I literally don't know. Like,
I just like
don't
being
even
right.
understand that.
If he beats Shiraz, then I look like a genius.
I am picking Edgar to beat Shiraz.
What?
Yeah.
So
I am.
What's the smoke then?
Oh, come on,
this is like the second time you even said. Didn't you also say that Edgar probably beats Caleb?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, no, wait. I know, but you were saying about Caleb that he's whatever, he hasn't fought nobody, and I'm like, who the fuck has Edgar fought? Who?
Nobody.
Well, okay, same thing.
Canelo. Well, same guy Caleb fought. The same guys Caleb fought, I guess.
Okay, but if you're only as good as what your last fight. Okay, let's compare apples to oranges because that was 160 to 168. But at the same time, Edgar Berlanga fought a guy who served a 10-year fucking sentence, while at least I can say Shiraz fought a champion. He may not have looked great, but it's not like he lost either. Like, for better or worse,
respect Shiraz. I respect Shiraz. He's very talented.
If I'm being honest, I thought he lost that fight.
I thought he lost.
I did too.
I thought he didn't get blown out of the water. It did appear to me that his right hand was broken. I don't know if you guys believe him, but the way
I believe him. I believe him.
So I feel like maybe he could have did better, but I think he's very talented.
I don't believe that motherfucker. How's your hand broken and you're going up in weight? How?
Well, he was always big for one.
But
other, brother.
Okay,
right?
Okay. How was your hand broken and you're going up in weight and you change the trainer?
Oh, okay.
How long ago was the Adames fight? How long ago was that?
That was last year, I think. No?
Was it last year? Well, yeah, it was on the same card with.
No, it was last February. Last February.
What? This past February, right?
Yeah, this past.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
February to July, guys. Broken hand. I mean,
it depends on the break. It only take a few weeks for it to heal.
Okay.
How do you? Okay, but how would you know the severity of it? He told you that he had a problem.
I'm just saying. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying the way he literally was not committing his right hand in that fight. That's why I believe him. But,
okay, I'll put it this way: if his hand was broken, then he will probably kill Edgar Berlanga. If it's not, then he's probably gonna lose.
He's got Andy Lee training him now, y'all. Andy Lee.
I think he'll do fine against Berlanga.
Andy Reid. He's got Andy Reid.
Wait, he has Andy Reid as a trainer?
Andy Reid, yeah.
The one that coaches the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, he said Andy Reid like 4 times. I didn't even notice.
Hey man, he's gonna be sparring
Patrick
Mahomes
man.
and shit. What the
Hey,
fuck?
bro, look.
Yo, Andy, I just realized Andy Reid is just white Bomac.
Oh shit!
That's nah. I would. Nah, I don't know about that. He's not that bad.
Stop fat shaming, bro.
If you've ever seen like Josh Heupel, like the coach for like Tennessee, that's why I say it's like white Bomac. Man has a quadruple chin.
Girl on the right, you get it.
The chicks look good.
What's the expectation for Abdullah Mason tonight? Just blow him out of the water if possible.
Moments
Yeah,
of vulnerability.
crush the can.
They're in the ring right now, but they're not starting yet.
Yo, he really do got he really do look like he's sponsored by Hims, bro. That color.
That is a lot of blue.
Got that teal.
I think he should
Viagra.
win. He should win.
It's gotta hit him with a Viagra punch.
Sponsored by Blue Chew.
If he gets dropped in this, I'm gonna be honest. Bob Aaron's probably gonna have a heart attack. He's gonna be like, "Damn, I brought in all these guys.
This is too much,
and they're
for me."
trash."
You know what I'm saying? Paying these guys all this money.
But if he does blow this guy out of the water, what do you think? Next step, logically, because Edwin
De Los Santos. I said it.
But
from this, De Los Santos.
You don't think he moves up?
What, to 140?
Yeah, you don't think
he is pretty big for the weight.
I mean, he's in line to fight for the WBO next. He's ranked number 2 WBO, and the guy ahead of him, Sam Noakes. I think most of us would pick Abdullah to beat him. So maybe he moves up inside of 2 to 3 fights. No,
Abdullah.
He can't beat Sam Noakes.
I think
right.
So. I think
that's a good fight. That's a good fight.
I would not comfortably say that he's gonna just. I wouldn't talk about it like an afterthought. That's all I'm.
Dude, Sam Noakes is very good.
Sam Cooke's right singer. I mean, he was all right.
I think Abdullah's really good. I think I've said that for a long time now.
Sam Noakes is pretty decent. So I don't think he runs over Sam Noakes.
Punches hard, pressures well. The only thing I don't like about him is he's slow.
He's the closest thing to Ali.
Good control game.
Greatest fight I've ever seen since Muhammad Ali.
He said that about Loma. Who else
said that about Inouye?
Loma Inouye.
The greatest fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Abdullah
he just be
Mason.
rinsing that one, huh?
Since Marvin Hagler. Shit is crazy.
It's the best fight I ever promoted since Sugar Ray Leonard.
Man, that is a zesty shade of blue. I can't lie.
He is the next Brandon Rios.
Yo, take that back.
Take that back, bro. You take that back. This is too far.
Get out of here.
Oh shit! Could you imagine if he's the next Bam Bam Rios? What the fuck do you mean, dog?
That's not good.
That may be the most disrespectful thing I've heard all year. What the fuck, dude?
He's the next Gabe Rosado.
Yo, now that I think about it, Gabe was 100% true. Bill Haney, I got a shit on Devin, you know. Bill Haney, you do anything for money, bro. You're a hoe for the money, bro.
Yeah, shit on Devin. Come on, shit on Bill too. Shit on Bill. Come on.
Let me shit on him. Look at this fucking Uruguayan, bro. He protected his fighter. They offered him money. They offered him a rehydration clause. He said, no, I'm not going to get my fighter knocked out. Bill, they offered you some money and you started fucking twerking, bro. You started shaking your ass like, okay.
Bill pimping his own son. Call it what it is. He pimping him.
He was the one that took the photo of him and Diddy in the pool. Like that was him.
Oh boy. Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. He pimping out his own son, man. You do anything for some bread, man.
Yeah. He's the new generation Kenny Porter, bro.
For real. All right, round 1. Abdullah.
Here we go.
Abdullah.
Let's go, Abdullah.
Abdullah.
It's on.
Got that Blue Chew blue.
Bro, it's only a matter of time. Fuck, man.
Stab to the body.
Stiff jab. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jules, do some narrating, bro.
All right, let's do it. So we see Abdullah, he's circling. He's still not ready to commit to anything very early in the fight. Nkitilla's trying to close the distance. Tries for the jab.
This is the zone interview, by the way, so go ahead.
Cautious and careful. They're filling each other out right now. Nobody's ready to commit to anything. Abdullah is wearing the blue chew blue to signify the hardness of his erections and his commitment to this fight.
A la verga.
And unlike Keyshawn Davis, who knows nothing about commitment and missed weight by 4 fucking pounds.
Or erections.
With his fat ass.
Well, no, Tank apparently gives him erections.
Fucking gross, bro. Smart on Keyshawn. Respect this guy because he can punch. I'm Keyshawn. Smart on Abdullah. Respect him. Give him any openings because this guy can punch.
He seems to be a little bigger than Abdullah.
Yeah. Low taller, I'd say. Low taller.
He's getting the timing very early. Like, he almost
I would
got
just like to know, anytime this dude's faced somebody with a pulse above 130 pounds, he did not even make it to the second round.
Fair point.
Well, through the second round.
Muratalla ran over him, didn't he? 2 rounds?
Yeah, and then he fought Tito Mercado, who also ran over him.
But they did say that in his last 3 fights, he's had 2 KOs.
Against the most high esteemed binman.
That was a good one.
That was classy. Real classy. The highest esteemed binman in the division.
Hey, bro, that's how motherfuckers be talking about Tevin Farmer like he was fighting demons before he got to ring. A motherfucker will talk to me like that. I look at the record. I'm like, I don't know who these 2 niggas are. The other nigga is Avery Sparrow, and you went the distance with him, bro.
Julio on one today, man.
No, because it is true that Tevin, he fought like 3 guys, I think, before he got the Muratalla fight, and these are club fighters, dog. Like, fight nobody, dog. But in Tevin's defense, I would say that he gave a great account of himself. He made Muratalla look real fucking basic,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, another thing, bro, I'm tired. As a boxing fan, I'm fucking tired of these fighters being elevated, bro. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, they don't win it the right way. They don't win it the way that they need to. Fair point.
You can't fight the number 2 guy ranked? Well, the number 3 guy ranked? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, these belts should be held vacant.
Kingsley said, who wins? Fabio versus Allen. Dave's got a chin and power. Yeah, but he doesn't have defense. And I think that if it won't take much for Fabio to hurt him. Honestly, it won't. It's a strong statement that he still had enough power to score a knockdown in the 10th. I think he would take out Dave early while he's fresh. I don't think Dave makes it to the midway point with Fabio. I don't. And Dave's got a chin though. He does, to his credit.
Do you rate that win over Justice Hooney? Do you think
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
He's ready for a title shot?
Close. He's got to fight the winner of Pulev versus Hunter.
That's for a regular title.
So he's
but this is the thing. Even though it's for a Reggie belt, Usyk's got the full one. Usyk's not going to be around forever, bro. He's not. He's maybe got 1 to 2 more fights left in him, and then whatever. So if we're asking, is Fabio ready to fight for a title? Yeah, he's almost there.
Well, at this point, you understand.
Is saying that Davis's team tried to jump Albright. Is that true?
Oh shit.
I mean, they are in their territory. I could see it being possible.
I would not be surprised.
Hey, they're leaving with something, bro. They got to get a win somewhere.
Yeah, they got to do something.
They mad because Albright won.
Yo, you know what's crazy too? Albright went against 2 of the Davis clan, and he didn't come out with any losses, bro. He came out with 1 win.
You know what? You know why I love Dakota Linger so much, bro? Because he is the only white boy. Bro, he's the only white boy to ever beat a Puerto Rican on Puerto Rican Day and get a trophy for that shit.
Wait, who?
You remember Vargas?
No, that's not better than Liam Pato beating the Puerto Rican champion in Puerto Rico on his Puerto Rican homecoming. I don't think that's
pretty fucking good.
Yeah, the hometown curse, man.
Nah. You know what's the best one, bro? And it'll forever be the best one. Shout out to Juamna for losing. I think that's what it was. Juamna Lopez or something.
My boy Siri.
Bro, I have a Puerto Rican friend. Yo, he talks about that day like somebody died or something, like some tragedy.
That's 9/11 for him, bro. That's 9/11 for him.
La noche que
yeah, he talks about that badly. And then what's it called? I think it's Rocky Martinez or something. Like when Loma got to him. Like I remember he told me about that, and I forgot about that fight, and I replayed that knockout like 4 times while I was talking. I was like, damn, bro, he really fucked him up.
He did fuck up Rocky. He beat the shit out of Rocky.
Look how he hit him with that left hand again, bro. He let him duck and boom.
Who was you know who got fucked up really bad? Like one of the guys that Loma fucked up really bad, Anthony Crolla. The way he punched that motherfucker in his skull, dog. I never forgot that.
Well, Loma broke his hand because of that.
He punched him right on the fucking forehead, dog. That shit was brutal.
What do you guys think of Subriel and Puello?
Oh, that's a tough fight to call, but Puello might win it. Subriel's a strong guy, but his feet are trash.
Yeah, he needs a real trainer, man.
You know what? I had Teofimo beating Subriel, bro. I don't know why.
I didn't.
His feet are trash, bro. You know who he has? He has them Arnold Barbosa feet, bro.
As opposed to Steve Claggett.
Yeah, he made it real close to that dude every single time.
Weren't you picking Arnold too?
I did.
No, I did.
In fairness, I did. But this, I'm just saying that if Steve Claggett could put you on the ropes for 36 minutes, you don't think Subriel could do that? It's not like Steve has great footwork, bro. He put him on the ropes. Smaller guy, lighter puncher than Subriel.
You know, and here's the thing. I remember like talking to you guys about how, you know, if Tio showed up to the Josh Taylor fight as the counterpuncher, I felt like he would do a lot better. I feel like the same way for I feel like he would have done the same. I'm sorry, I'm losing my words. But anyway, I felt like he would do the same
to Matias.
Yes, thank you. He would have done the same to Matias. And I always will wonder if he could have got punched between the shots and maybe even scored a knockout like he did with Comey. But the thing is that he pulled some shady shit. He was negotiating while he had a broken hand, I think. That shit was so fucked up. Like, I thought he was serious about trying to get a fight with him. And ever since then, he has never tried to get another fight scheduled with that dude.
Oh, Keyshawn's still trying to win over the fans. That's what they're saying. That Keyshawn and Keon jumped Albright after his fight.
Actually?
That happened?
I thought y'all were joking. That actually happened?
That's what's in the news right now. Keyshawn Davis and Keon jumped Nahir Albright in the locker room after he beat their brother, and they gave him a knot on his head.
So I'm gonna be real. Shit. That might be it. I don't think there's much that they're going to be willing to stand from somebody doing all of this. Like, I know they took a lot from Tio, but
why are
Tio
all
wasn't
these
assaulting
crashing
people.
out? Like
fucking Americans, bro.
Wait, they really did that?
Yeah,
bro. All these top ranked fighters are just crashing out.
What the fuck,
bro? Abdullah might be the only normal one there, to be honest.
So is what's it called? Is what's his name like pressing charges?
I don't think he's pressing charges.
I hope.
Yeah, bro. Yo, then they need to get in the car. They need to go to the getaway driver, Jared Anderson, right now, so he can get them away from that.
For real.
Hey, that was his brother, not Jared Anderson himself, man.
So how's that Albert's fault that his brother sucked?
The shit is that Top Rank is making the centerpiece of their efforts American fighters, and we talked about this yesterday, that the American boxer is honestly a scummy coward. Most of the time, they do scummy coward shit. Whether it's Teofimo with his racist bullshit, throwing a stone then hiding his hand, or it's Devin, because you just hit like a girl. Like, it's not even like you don't have courage. You actually have courage, but you hit like a girl. That can't be helped. Javante, you're a homo and a pussy. Like, you're a coward. Like a lot. Honestly, it's not something I like to say or something that I want to say lightly about people who fight for a living. But honestly, there is a streak of coward on a lot of American fighters, dog, that you don't see on other fighters. They're like, yeah, y'all really some coward-ass motherfuckers, though, on some real shit.
Oh.
What the fuck is more cowardly than jumping a motherfucker because he beat your bitch-ass brother?
Nothing. That's
fair and
scumbag
square,
shit.
by the
That's
way.
disgraceful, man.
What's like? Yeah, like America's the kings of pussy shit now. Like that's how it looked like. And Wilder started that party. Yeah, they put a shake weight and a shoehorn, and they spiked my punch, and the count was
Yo, now
long.
did you
Nah,
remember when he attacked this dude, his brother, not Marcellus? He attacked this dude that he knocked out. I forgot who his name was.
Who?
Brazil, he attacked his like family
Yeah,
or something before the fight happened. Like that's
Right,
when that
right,
shit
yeah.
in front of
started.
his family at that.
You got Clarissa's brother fucking sucker puncher Ali
A senior
Bashir.
citizen, James Ali Bashir, who's literally like you
Fuck,
could have killed. You understand that man is old. You could have killed him, dog. If
for
he
real.
land wrong, he die. He's an old ass man. It's like America has become synonymous with a lot. Like, yo, you that big a racist, T.O. Okay, so go fight some black guys then. Since you hate them, so go do it. Nah. It's a business. Like, yo, it's just a lot of coward shit over here, bro. I don't know how else to describe it.
Anyone to sell my soul? Shut up.
You fucking homo.
It's
I can't
sad,
believe they
man.
really jumped him.
And they're
Like
the adults.
that's
in the
actually insane.
Yeah, that's
Mr.
pretty
Calderon said, "What is it with the last name Davis? Does it make you a bitch?" It's starting to look that way, bro. It's starting to look that way. Shout out to motherfucking Ike. Albright said he wants his lick back in the ring and not on the street. Yeah, but
Hey, shit.
you understand how degenerate and ridiculous? Like y'all jumped him because he beat your brother in a boxing match.
Yeah,
Y'all
that's
serious?
some bullshit right there, man.
Fuck is wrong with y'all? And people post to look at people will post to look at this degeneracy and root for Keyshawn Davis? Really?
That's over with now. But you know what? I'll be honest. This shit probably gonna get swept under the rug.
No, it is. It is. Like a lot of things. Like a
That
lot of
Wilder
things.
shit did. Because my friend brought my friend never knew about that shit. He fucked with Wilder. I told him that, and I told him some other things. He was like, "All right, so maybe he was always a scumbag, but
No,
he had that one cool moment."
The shit that it's like, dog, that dude is in front of his family. Y'all boxers. And that's the other thing about America that I noticed that is not synonymous with no other boxing culture, boxing market. Why do the American boxers think they gangsters? You are sports ass guys. The gangsters will shoot you in your fucking face. but y'all get thuggery and gangster shit all wrapped up in the boxing. It's like Wilder, what are you doing? That dude is with his family.
Bro, perfect example, Adrian Broner. After every loss, yo, it's time to go back to the streets. And bro, shut the fuck up.
When the fuck was you on the street? You've been boxing most of your life, you silly motherfucker.
But also, like,
being poor, and it needs to be said, just because you from a poor block or just because you was poor, don't make you're not a gangster though. You don't do no gangster shit. You flip cocaine? You flip bricks? Nah, right? So what the fuck we doing? Y'all not gangsters. You just broke. Silly ass motherfucker.
But not even that. It's like Keyshawn isn't even from that though. Keyshawn wasn't born in poverty. He said himself he didn't want for anything as a kid.
I mean, I don't know. Norfolk is not exactly the nice part of town. I'm just
saying. He said it to Andre Ward. He said they never struggled for anything.
Shout out to Pork Chop. These kids crazy. No reason for that. I agree. Oscar Jimenez. So what happened with Canelo team and T.O. Homo? I mean, I don't think it was necessarily a falling out. I just think it's very obvious that if you have Canelo and Jaime fighting the same weekend as T.O. and Ryan, you can't train T.O. That's what I think happened. They're like, bro, I can't help you. I got to train Canelo that weekend and Jaime. And I'm going to be in Saudi. I can't be in your corner in New York. That's what I think happened. I don't even think it was like a falling out or an attitude or nothing like that. Eddie just said, yo, I'm sorry, homie. I can't train you. I'm sorry.
And then what? Did T.O. take that personally and just say, all right, if you can't train me
because
today,
he's a bitch, bro. Like, because T.O. is a bitch. You want to help me? That's fine. I'm T.O. Fimo to take over. Remember, he loses to George Kambosos. He blames Eddie fucking Hearn. It's Eddie's fault that I lost. He's a fucking idiot.
I ain't gonna lie, Jules. This has been a pretty one-sided fight.
Yeah,
and he's wobbled this guy.
Abdullah's handling him. He's got him in the corner. He's handling him. Oh, he's handling him.
Would you say that he's taking out the trash?
Yes, I think he's doing a better job with Nkitilla than Shakur did. Message. He ain't over here He's not over here respecting him and hanging back. He's putting a pause on him.
Man,
that ref was looking at him real hard, man. I'm telling you.
Hard, long look, dog.
And he kind of stumbled to his corner too. So.
And he's bludgeoning his face just at will.
I'm impressed. I don't care what Ray said. I'm impressed.
Mm.
I'm impressed. Abdullah putting a pause on him in a way that Shakur did not.
Congratulations.
Bro, I hope Bob cuts Keyshawn.
I wouldn't
That
mind
shit.
that.
I don't know if that'll happen because he didn't cut Jared Anderson.
No, I know. It's just that there's a feeling that there need to be consequences for this kind of shit. You shouldn't get to come right back and still. Do you understand what you did this weekend? Do you understand? And unless you face the consequences, there should be consequences. Honestly, some sort of repercussion. Not just for jumping Albright, but for the whole fucking weekend. There should be consequences.
You know, and I hear Top Rank haters, bro, always saying like, "Yo, Bob has these fighters on a leash." You see what the fuck happens if they're not on the leash? Well, if they're on the leash,
exactly.
They stop the fight.
They stopped it.
Honestly, I think Aaron's been too soft on these guys. To be honest,
stopped it.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Okay.
Does that count does that count as destroying his opponent?
I'm gonna say it. I don't care what Ray says. I don't care what Julio says. That was fucking impressive. He beat the fuck out of him. Made it look very easy. Never was in trouble. Hey, Shakur was fighting that fucking guy like he had anthrax on his gloves.
Hey, bro, that was like 4 years ago. What happened to the last two guys that fought this dude?
I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying.
Abdullah Mason is very talented.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The other fight's already over?
Yeah, Beatrice fucked her up.
She's also very talented. No, but yeah, either that shit is wrong or it's not. So either it matters or it doesn't. So I hope fucking Top Rank makes the correct decision and actually,
Nah, they'll
make this
give him
mean
another
something.
shot. They gave Tio another shot. They gave Anderson another shot, even after all the shit he did, which was insane.
They should have been cut Tio though.
Well, but it's a little different
absolutely, but still.
The reason it's a little different is because at least Theo didn't attack anybody and he didn't cost him like money on purpose, because this kid cost everybody money on purpose, even himself.
Yeah, now it's like committing assault,
I see what you're saying, but that's why I put in Anderson in there too, bro. That dude wasn't even a champion. Like, you were a prospect and you got arrested for going
about
like
Anderson cost him just himself money when he do the stupid ass police chase or whatever. I think that's like the worst.
You're right.
Dude, he only have to pay lawyers or whatever.
Like, this dude was getting into police chases just to feel something.
And then he was dressing up as a racer in his next fight.
Yeah. Nah, really?
Dead serious.
Yeah, well, he did come out with the fucking the jumpsuit on for jail.
That was for his brother who's in prison.
Oh yeah, that was bad. Once I found
out
about that was really bad.
I lost all respect for Keyshawn, man. That dude.
It's a shame, man. Who's gonna be the next great American fighter? Other than Bam and Shakur?
Virgil.
Raymond Murataya. Yeah, that's the next one, bro. That's the next one for sure. Trust.
I don't know, man. Like, Raymond's good, but I don't think he's gonna be like dominant.
Oh, I was being sarcastic, but yeah.
Like, it's sad, man.
It's pretty sad.
I wish we had a good heavyweight.
Well, the last one was actually...
he quit. He quit.
Oh, he quit.
Richard Torres, bro.
Yeah,
but he's an undersized heavyweight, though.
Yeah,
that's true.
He doesn't look like the heavyweight champ of the world.
I mean, it's still possible, but the average is what, 6'6"?
And he's talented, but I just think there's a lot of styles that are gonna be tough for him at the higher level.
I don't think he's gonna be anything like special, but I think he could be an attraction. I think that's very possible, and that's good enough to be real.
I got a question, because I think he's past his prime already, Andy Ruiz, the best version versus Richard Torres. We got
What? I got Andy by death, bro.
Andy.
Like he's gonna kill that dude. He will
Andy,
violate him.
We never really got. We haven't seen the best of Torres, but Andy.
Yeah, we never seen the best Andy.
But Andy was very good, man. Like even before the Joshua fight, like I remember him being a very good fighter.
He gave Parker a fight down
He
in
gave him
the
everything he can handle.
Yeah,
and Andy can fight. Like he has really good hand
fat
speed,
hands.
good jab. Yeah, like good defense. Like Andy doesn't get hit with a lot of stupid shit.
The only problem was he just couldn't walk anybody down. Like being a counter puncher at like your size isn't not really that useful.
Okay, let me ask you guys this. This is realistic. How good at odds do you give fucking Torres against Parker?
0.
Right now, 0. But dude, Torres right now is a prospect. Like he's not.
But
that's true.
He's far away from championship level.
But at the same time, Parker right now, he could get a belt. If Usyk were to drop the belt and say go back to cruiserweight, I guarantee he could fight for a belt tomorrow, win a belt, and that would be an avenue because Top Rank is usually pretty good.
Honestly,
with the
he
I don't think that's the right avenue.
He probably should have been fighting for the belt instead of Dubois, to be honest.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying. But if you were gonna go for an avenue for a belt, you know, we said earlier that like Fabio Wardley might get a belt. Not saying he beat Fabio Wardley, but that's the type of guy you should be going after. Like
Bro,
the
I don't
Fabio
know
Wardleys are.
I know it's probably hyping him up, but I'm telling you guys, this guy hits way too fucking hard.
Who?
It's not Fabio Wardley. This guy hits way too fucking hard.
Yeah, to me, he's like a more well put together Wilder. Like he's like Wilder with better attributes.
He's a limited fighter, yes, but
his power's legit. I honestly think he might be the biggest puncher in the division right now. To be honest.
Even more than Daniel Dubois?
Yeah, I think Dubois is not like that. Dubois is an explosive puncher, but he's not like one punch clocking people.
I mean, he did what Usyk couldn't do, bro. And
like,
what?
Bro, he put Fraser Clark's jaw on the opposite side of his face.
No, he snapped it in half, actually.
Like he's fucking cracking guys, bro.
And he did that in less than 3 minutes too.
Yeah, he's like explosive. Like,
bro, I wouldn't want to meet him in the dark alley. That's all I'm saying. This guy he hits way too fucking
like
hard.
him and Jay Opataya and like Boots. To me, they're like the most explosive fighters.
In a hypothetical fight between those two, who do you think would win?
I think Jai. I think Jai
really?
It depends. I want to see him take a few fights at heavyweight first, but I just think as a boxer, he has the skill, he has the athleticism, even though he's small, and he's a fucking dog. He's a maniac. Like that dude. That's always that you could, if you have that to rely on. It's like he reminds me of like Crawford, where like when he gets hurt, this motherfucker just wants to fight, and it's you or him.
Yeah, he is dangerous when he's hurt or when you think he's vulnerable. He comes back with something hard.
He's like an Inoue to me, where when he gets hurt, he's just like, all right, fuck it, let's take it to the moon.
You can't really understate that shit. I remember when that situation with Clarissa Shields and Naseem Richards, James Ali Bashir happened. You know, a lot of people that go up to bat for Clarissa wonder why some people just don't like her and they can't stand her. And I remember the effect that situation had, and I'm already seeing that with Keyshawn. They're like, yo, dog, you a degenerate. People aren't going to root for you. You know that, right? They're not going to root for you. You're a degenerate.
Jules, could you say, like, in a matter of how many days has it been? Like, what, 2, basically?
About 2.
1 day?
About 2. One day and a half. Because the day's not over.
This has been, like, I'm not saying it's, like, completely over because, you know, anybody can make a comeback. It's boxing after all.
Yeah. I mean, like, but there's always going to be a section that rubs people the wrong way. Like, boxing is a popularity contest, but being the degenerate, it only gets you so far. Like, yeah, you know, because Gervonta Davis has the degenerate appeal, right? But you only really hover at around 200,000 buys, bro. They like to lie about how successful you are to cover up the fact that you have no corporate sponsorships, you have no big endorsements, big brands don't fuck with you. On pay-per-view, you're not the top draw in this country. You have to exaggerate how, successful you are. The top earning boxers in the sport, you're not one of them. Literally. It's not me saying it. All the periodicals are saying that. So the degenerate appeal only really works if you're like Mike Tyson-esque, because as much as I love Mike, Mike was a degenerate in his time. But the degenerate appeal doesn't work for everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
it doesn't really work for everybody.
But here's the thing, though, Jules. You could say that Mike made some mistakes, but I promise you, he would have never jumped somebody because his brother fucking sucked at boxing that night. He had some honor to him.
Just that there's a portion of the populace that are a lot more sensitive than others. You understand that there's always a portion of the populace that there's going to be stuff that they don't like. When you tell a reporter, I'm going to fuck you in the ass and I'm going to do all this crazy shit to you, I'm going to sodomize you. You have a fist fight with Mitch Green in the street, stuff like that. There's always a portion of the populace that rubs the wrong way. But Mike had drawing power that is like, bro, Mike is an iconic fighter, right? Keyshawn, you're not Mike. You're not Mike. None of you are. So it's very hard for you to cultivate favor among the paying public when you do degenerate shit. It's just the truth. That's the way it is. That is how it is. The paying public, if they see you doing shit like that, they're not going to root for you. They're not. It's very simple. It's not complicated.
So that answer basically is
yes. Honestly, American boxing needs like an AJ. We need like a clean cut.
We need a Sugar Ray Leonard because we haven't had one in a long time. And a lot of people became convinced that the only way to present a black fighter is for him to be a degenerate, when Sugar was not a degenerate. Evander Holyfield was not a degenerate. Ali was not a degenerate.
If anything, Sugar Ray was a golden boy himself, a pretty boy.
We need Superman.
Golden boy. Sugar Ray Leonard was literally the golden boy before Golden Boy Promotions. He was he was well spoken. He didn't promote degeneracy, is what I'm getting at. They're like, I don't know where people got it in their heads that to be a black fighter you have to promote degeneracy. When some of them you don't have to do that.
And you know what's funny? Before the Oscar leaks, he never promoted nothing degenerate.
But I think it's
bad.
Shit.
Are y'all watching the footage of them fighting? Damn, ESPN, boy.
Shit.
What's going on?
They're showing the footage of Albright getting jumped.
What? You're serious?
Oh shit!
Yo, they gotta let go of this motherfucker, bro.
No, you can't. Not with this weekend.
Holy shit,
dude! I need to see this.
Yeah, they're literally backstage, and people are
his police there. And his police there.
Yeah,
good.
And somebody's baby's there.
Damn. Yeah. Someone's baby's just in a stroller, just at bro. What am I?
I'm just telling you that this is bad press, man. It's bad press, man. It's bad press.
No,
Jai's fighting tomorrow. I don't know if it's in the morning. I got to check if it's in the morning or the afternoon, but it's probably in the morning because it's in Australia. Liam said, Tyson had no honor. Look at why he got locked up. Oh, I don't believe Robin Gibbons, Liam. I've never believed that story. I've never believed that story, dog.
So wait, you're going to tell me that a guy who could look another man straight in his face and tell him he would fuck him in the ass would, after all these years, still deny that he raped somebody?
That's what I'm saying. Getting locked up. Obviously that's shit is crazy.
Was it just rewinding it?
Was that continuing? It's literally Keyshawn, bro, with the hat on.
I watched
you can see him right there. You can see it right there,
bro. What the fuck?
Highlight reel, and I honestly,
what the fuck happened? That. What happened to Keyshawn being like real church now and real? I'm a reborn person. What the fuck?
That motherfucker never said that, bro.
No, he said that he was. He said he wasn't religious now.
Okay.
You know who invented that? I'm a Christ guy.
Ryan?
My fan, Tyson Fury, bro. He mastered that. Yo, that shit.
From the Rolling Stone cover where he talks about how much cocaine he sniffed to I'm a son of God now.
The fact that he said he used to jack off 7 times a day, bro.
I respected that. Like, that's a lot. You got to be some hell of a man. Got to be some hell of a man to jack off 7 times a day, dog. That's
Motherfucker
man
was shooting blanks at that 6 or 7.
At some point, air and blood is what's coming out.
A little powder and shit.
Hang on. No man born of his mother can out jerk off Tyson Fury, man.
I'm trying to tell you, dog. At some point, it's just air coming out.
He ain't met my Uncle Chewy yet.
But it's bad
I
for
think
Keyshawn, man. It is.
this
bad
might be
for
it, bro.
Keyshawn. I mean, can he come back from it? Sort
No.
of. If you're gonna, if it's like if you're the villain, you have to be the villain all the way, but you also have to be successful. You know what I mean? If you can be the villain or the degenerate, but you have to be successful in your endeavor. You can't. You can't half step being a degenerate. And the stuff you're doing, like I said, it should not get downplayed. That a portion of the paying public are seeing these things, and now they don't like Keyshawn as a person. They don't like him as a person. When they see him, they see a hooligan, they see a degenerate, and they're not going to root for him on that predication. That's how fickle the public is. It can happen quickly, but that's how it is.
He committed assault. I want him to go to jail, bro, because he did commit assault, and I bet people are still going to cry racism. Like, yo, they don't want to see Keyshawn.
Hey, bro.
The race aside, just the fact that if there's no actual consequences for this, it just looks bad on American boxing.
Yes.
Really, is this the best we can do? Like,
the problem is
if there's no consequence to this, like, come on, dude, give that opportunity.
I don't like taking this angle, but the problem is that it's too familiar of other things that float around the internet that paint certain narratives. So then you start to see Keyshawn in that context if you're highly susceptible to suggestion, which most people are. And you're not going to like him as a person. You're not going to like him as a fighter. You won't see a reason to patronize him. There was no reason to root against Keyshawn before this weekend. But you're unprofessional. You blew the weight. You didn't care that 11,000 people came out to see you. You didn't care that Top Rank went through all this trouble for you. The state of Virginia, I just read some bullshit about councilmen or whatever the fuck it is. You don't care about nothing. You see what I mean? And on top of that, you assault a guy for winning a fight. Like you just seem like a scumbag now, like a true blue scumbag.
Yeah, these last like 2 days have been hectic, and he just everything that's wrong with American boxing, he did it all in the span of 2 days.
In a day and a
Top
half.
Rank is supposed to be the American boxing institution with real integrity. Like, is your promotion now bigger than this talented fighter? Like, you'll be fine without him.
No, I mean, I think there should. Honestly, I do think there should be very hefty consequences. You know that. Yeah, cut him. Why not?
What does Top Rank lose from letting him go? He's not a star.
A guy came back and spit on Nair Albright. By the way, like that's actually insane.
And y'all doing this because he beat your punk ass brother who can't fight. It's just like I already know that in the coming days and weeks or whatever, it's the vitriol against it is going to be worse because you are cowards. Your punk ass brother lost the fight fair and square, and your response was to try to assault and jump Nair Albright. You're a
what's
fucking
insane?
Coward.
The one person that has not done anything, the person that's actually trying to stop shit that I see in these clips anyway, maybe I gotta look through it a third time, is the brother that lost, bro. That the one dude that should be mad about this shit is the one dude that's not doing anything.
Nah, but I think with Keyshawn, even though he didn't fight, I think we found out. We didn't have to watch the Dos Santos fight. We found out he really isn't the goods because real great fighters don't fucking do this stupid ass shit.
Domo said, LOL, I just got to the crib. The fuck happened? Well, Kelvin lost to Nair Albright, Kelvin Davis, and Keyshawn and his younger brother crashed out off of that, and they tried to jump Nair Albright backstage.
Man, Tim Bradley's trying to do what happened that caused him to crash out like that? Tim, don't
okay.
Well, the shit is that people don't care. Like, boxing is fickle. Like, people don't have to like you. You do one thing, right? That's enough for people to not like you. You know, like Teofimo, for example. There's no coming back for a lot of shit for him. You know what I mean? They decide they're not gonna like you. They're not gonna like you. You know, it is what it is.
Tim's sounding like Diddy's lawyer. Well, what did they do? You know what I mean?
Shit is ridiculous.
What did he do to make them niggas that mad?
Yo, perfect.
Guys, I'm trying to watch the clip, man. What the fuck?
Oh shit!
I'm watching it right now, man. Yo, she's total fresh out.
Oh shit! You're like,
Yeah,
yes.
man.
But there have to be consequences. Just there have to be. Like, come on, dog. There have to be. Come on.
Wait a minute. Is that his kid? He did that in front of his fucking kid.
I don't know if that's his kid, but it's somebody's kid. Might be his like little cousin or something.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. I don't know what to say. Like, yeah, between Jared Anderson spiraling out of control and Keyshawn seemingly spiraling out of control, it may be time for Top Rank to start doing exports. Maybe you bring in some other fighters from another region because the American boxer, they're just not bankable, Ray. Like,
no. Here's what I would say. And people are just not gonna like how it's gonna sound, but it's like, look, even though some of those guys are kind of hit or miss and they lose and stuff like that, it's really just time to, one, pump on the Mexican American guys a lot, and two, if they're in the lower weight classes, you got to go lower to the weight classes, bro. Promote those a lot. It is what it is.
I was thinking that earlier today because I'm not sold on Vargas, the Vargas kid. I think he's good. He's good right now, but hit or miss. That's right. How you can think about it. Like, it's hit or miss. But
I'm really sold on Steven Navarro, bro. I don't care what anyone says.
But he's another hype guy though. Like he's not serious. He's like Keyshawn.
What I'm thinking is like, yeah, like that might be the angle that they need to go, because if nothing else, you know that win or lose, the Mexican American fans are going to support them. And right now, what you need to be doing more than anything is trying to move the needle and making boxing an attractive product to broadcasters, because right now it's a clown show. It's like y'all built the whole event. Look at, whether it's Tio or Jared or Keyshawn. It's a clown show, bro.
And this kind of shit just hurts it even more for that.
Yeah,
they should go all in on Xander, bro. I think Xander could be a star.
Oh yeah, I think Xander could be a star. He hits like a girl, but he can be a star.
If he puts it all together, he could be a star, man.
I just think they need to give him stronger pads, man. Just come on, let's get some knockouts out here. Come on.
Would you say it makes sense if the Vargas kid were to fight Abdullah Mason for a WBO title or
I don't know about that one.
I think Abdullah will wash his clothes, bro. Okay, I think Abdullah will knock him the fuck out. I don't have and I like Vargas, but I'm just being honest. Like, if they fight, I got Abdullah. Okay, so if you do that, you're gonna get Vargas beat.
Vargas ain't ready for that shit yet, man.
Not ready for that shit.
He should fight the dude who knocked out Ashton Sylvie.
Porkchop said Keyshawn set us black folks back 20 years.
God damn.
20 is a bit strong. 20 is a bit strong.
Maybe five.
20 years is not that bad. I mean,
20 years not that bad. What are you talking about? Clinton administration? It's not that bad.
The 2000s.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yo, and I've seen Monica Lewinsky in person. I've seen her in person. I used to work in a supermarket when I was very young, where she had moved into. She is fine. Like,
I would have clapped her cheeks, bro.
And she was slimmer. She was slimmer when she moved in there too. She wasn't even portly like she was when she gave him the blowjob. She's fine. Like, yeah, she's fine.
Did you know she was on the cover of a cigar magazine?
Really? With no clothes on?
No, she had clothes on, but she was on the cover of a cigar magazine.
I feel bad for her.
Why?
Bro, she's just some dumb bitch. The president is the most powerful person on earth. He's just old, disgusting pervert, Bill Clinton.
Every majority, 92% woman is just some dumb bitch, bro.
Yeah, that's
honest. Honestly,
he's the bad guy to me. The old pedophile.
No, I wouldn't say that. I'm sorry, but it's just certain realities that people are not prepared to accept. And they accept that a man with power will use that power to get the things that he wants. But they don't seem to want to accept that women are not attracted to the things that they tell you they are. They're attracted to power. And they'll do degenerate shit. Like Cassie with Diddy, like Monica with Bill. You work for the president, You know he's got a wife. You want to suck his dick anyway, because you're a slut.
Yeah. They both should atone for their mistakes, but I hope Clint to a higher standard.
I just hope he fucked her in the ass too.
I know.
I think Clint is demonic.
I don't.
He's demonic?
Yes, Bill Clinton is demonic.
Stop.
The guy was a maniac.
He got a fucking blowjob, Julio. Relax.
No, all the other shit he did, like as president.
What'd he do?
He did a lot of fucked up shit. He blew up a medicine factory in Africa. He kind of basically destroyed the U.S. economy, made us forever a fucking credit slave class. He was just a bad guy.
Shout out to
he was
Liam.
also on the Epstein stuff. He's also a pedophile.
Liam said Hooney is chinny is a poor take. I agree with that. He got up after being hit flush by one of the biggest punchers and got wobbled by a guy who stopped Dubois. I don't think Hooney is chinny. I think that's a short-sighted, silly boxing take in a division where everybody's one punch away from getting knocked out. That would make everyone chinny.
It's a hasty take. It's
hasty, like,
and also Wardley might be the biggest puncher in the division.
At least one of them.
Who's one punch just putting people to sleep?
Yeah,
like
Steve Kim tweeted, "I remember the worst thing that happened to Keyshawn was missing weight, bro."
No, just lock his ass up. Like, listen, you don't want to be a boxer, homeboy. You don't want to be a professional, because and we see that. There's no debating that. You're not professional. You're just a little kid doing little kid shit. I wouldn't be mad if they cut him. I wouldn't be like, yeah, cut him. Fuck it.
You're a fucking father acting like this. Yeah, get rid of this motherfucker, bro.
Get rid of him. Like, bro, like, you the problem with today's American boxer, for whatever reason, is today's American boxer is often a narcissist and or a sociopath. You think you're bigger than you think you're bigger than everything. You know, all of you guys running around think you're God's gift to boxing. All of them.
Here's a sad reality, Jules, and this is the truth if you really sit and think about it. This boxer wants to be just like you. He just wants to be a content creator who just does his own thing and gets paid on the side like it's so much fucking better than making millions of dollars. That's a sad reality.
I would say that what's more telling, it's not that he wants to be a streamer. What's more telling is you don't want to be a boxer. That's what you let the world know. You don't want that. You don't want that job. You want residual revenue. And that is evident. You saying that you would rather be a streamer and then missing the weight by 4 pounds, yeah, that tells the story. The American boxer doesn't want to box. Period.
Yeah, but coming back from my hammering out the fucking point I always made. That shit you were telling about being a streamer, that shit you were telling about Gervonta Davis being on the top of the sport. That's the kind of thing that a kid says when he passes 4 hours per day on Twitter. He spends too much time on social media. That's where your brain is fucked up.
Yeah.
There's mostly kids wants to be streamers.
Yes, little boys. That's so true.
Yeah.
Little kids. That's what they want. That's true.
Yeah, they spends a lot of time on the internet, and they see that shit, and so you have to just sit there and stream yourself doing whatever the fuck, and you're gonna get paid. Every kid wants to do that shit. If they spend enough time on social media and on the internet.
Keyshawn went from 1 week ago being the great American hope to get the fuck out.
Yeah, cut him. I don't see why they shouldn't. Like, dog, like, what do you think is going on? Like, you're not a kid is what gets me. That 26 is basically the new 16. You got guys that are 26 years old, 4 years away from 30, and they're like 12-year-olds. Like, what the fuck, dog? You're a man.
Yeah. And that shit he was saying about Gervonta Davis, dude. Do you realize that Gervonta Davis is, if he retires now, is going to be broke in 5 years?
No, they don't, because that's why everybody makes the same mistake.
Yeah.
Everybody makes like are there not enough cautionary tales about athletes, not just boxers, They'll be broke in a little while. In a little while, it won't take long.
That's where you're wrong, Jules. That's where you're wrong, Jules. Because what these guys learned is that it wasn't the athlete's fault. It was the greedy, selfish promoter's fault that took all that athlete's money. It wasn't the fact that, hey, you know what? Don King might have took $1 million from this dude, but that dude also made $3 million and still managed to squander it.
Yeah, everything is always someone else's fault, you know. Everything.
Yeah.
Yo, I just seen the footage on Twitter from the Keyshawn assaulting Albright. That dude is a fucking fool, man. Like there were kids in the hallway, ladies around. The dude was just walking like peacefully, and he just got assaulted.
I don't know, man. I think that Top Rank needs to. Hey, Ray said it, not me. So don't call me a racist. Ray's the racist. You need to invest in Mexican and Puerto Rican. You said it. You said it, not a woman.
I did.
You need to invest in Mexican and Puerto Rican fighters, bro.
Okay? Yep.
I didn't say it. He said it. So you want to get fucking mad? You get fucking mad at Ray. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. He said it.
Well, Keyshawn did end up fighting this weekend, but fortunately, it wasn't for a belt. Yeah, I would cut that motherfucker. I would cut that motherfucker.
You know what I'm gonna say? Do what the NFL does. You know what? Bring these guys into an interview. If you don't like how they sound, bro, it's over, bro. Look what they did to Shedeur Sanders. That motherfucker became a 5th-round pick. That's the type of energy you need to be sending to these guys. If I see that I don't like you in the interview, I don't like how you're talking, I think you're going to be a problem in the future. You could be here, but you won't be top priority. You're going to get that title shot real late.
Bro, do you know that Shedeur Sanders went into an interview with the owner of the Giants wearing fucking headphones on his ears?
I saw that one.
He didn't even take them off. He just wore.
That interview was actually horrible. Like they said, so they do this thing where they basically have like a playbook and they'll put a mistake in there to see, if guys are reading it or whatever. And usually guys don't, but they put it in there. He didn't read it. They knew that and they called him out on it. And he snapped on the fucking coach.
God.
It's narcissism, bro. It's so like the American athlete is a sociopath. That applies to Teofimo, by the way. It's not a race thing because I think he's a sociopath to a degree. Nothing is ever your fucking fault. You are never responsible for anything, right? Everybody's just against you. That's how it is. When you work with Matchroom, you work with Top Rank, and Turkey's a dictator, right? Everybody's the bad guy in your story. You're the hero.
They're like a mama's boy, like a bad boy that always like relies on his mom to bail him out.
Yeah, that's the American. That is the American boxer in a nutshell. Shakur, when you bore the crowd to death and they're booing you and people are leaving, oh, that's Top Rank's fault because they're racist, right?
Fucking Wilder blaming his trainer for spiking his own water.
And you know that doesn't get said. That Wilder blamed literally everyone. He blamed Kenny Bayless. He called him a crab in the bucket referee. He blamed Mark Breland, right? He's jealous. I don't know how jealousy lost you the fight, but whatever. Tyson Fury is a cheater. He had shoehorns in his gloves and shake weights and blue shoes. It's fucking crazy, bro.
He had a dildo locked in his fucking gloves, bro. God.
Right, he had an origami dildo that he used to distract Wilder during the fight. It's fucking ridiculous. The American fighter is a sociopath.
Now that I think about it, Tail, you fought Cambosos, not on the zone. What was the fucking app? The
Triller.
On Triller. And you still fucking blame Eddie? What the fuck?
The whole thing was his fault, but you don't see that, he's not right in the head. Like, all jokes aside, he's not right in the head, dog. He
did
fault.
fight Cambosos on the zone.
No, it was on the zone, but first it was going to be on Triller.
Triller, yeah.
The situation in its entirety was of your making. It never had to be on Triller. It never had to be on the zone. It never needed to take a year. You're saying that, oh, well, if we was on Top Rank, I would have won. Whose fault was it that you weren't on Top Rank? Because they were going to pay for the fight. So, bruh, like the American fighter, is a sociopath. Very few of them have a good head on their shoulders.
What you just said there was highly unprofessional in every shape imaginable. And yet, while you're saying it, I'm just like, hey, bro, it's not as bad as what I just saw from Keyshawn, bro.
It is. I tend to look at it as a whole. Because look, I don't want to come at Keyshawn too much, right? Because he's a degenerate. But it's not just him. I'm trying to establish the pattern that, look, don't try to make this a race thing, because it's not. It's an America thing. The American fighter is a coward. Honestly, he's a coward. And it's not a race thing. It's not a race thing. It's not an ethnicity thing. It's a country thing. Like, it is. The American fighter is a coward.
I think Boots and Virgil carry themselves relatively well.
I like them. I ain't gonna lie. But you can't say that Virgil is getting the push that this coward was getting.
Yeah,
you can't. They're not promoting the good guys that are good guys. Like, Virgil is a good kid, man. He needs a better barber. I'll cut his fucking hair if
Virgil
he needs it.
Virgil needs to talk to me, bro. I hook shit.
You know, and you don't see the kid Virgil getting pushed like that. You don't see Bam getting pushed like that. Who gets pushed like that? The fucking cowards do.
Yeah, why doesn't Top Rank should their integrity means something. Like, fucking cut
you got fucking Bam. He's got
cut
a
him
fucking
and Teofimo.
He's got a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh haircut. Like, can we get Bam a good barber? What is going on?
Remember when boxers used to show up in suits all over the place because they had to be classy?
Bam looks like the coolest middle schooler.
You can tell he's got a book bag with Pokemon cards in it, bro.
And the sad part that American boxing is going down, and then we got some fucking clown like Paul that has to takes all the fucking glory, bro. I'm like, fuck, man.
Hey man, can I show you my Charizard?
I don't know who will be done. I was never on Wilder's side. I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. There are videos like what the fuck is he talking about? I always thought Wilder was a piece of trash. He's garbage, Will. And that's why you're defending him, because you're garbage, defending garbage. Shut up before I mute you. Bitch. Pussy. Homo.
That escalated quickly.
Just being disrespectful. But no, that's an outright lie though. Like, I wasn't I didn't support Wilder. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That was like the one time you supported Tyson Fury.
Literally, bro.
Hey, Jules. You're Bob Barum. You're calm already. What do you do next with Keyshawn?
Honestly, I cut my losses. This kid is not going to pan out. You know that now. You already been through this with Jared Anderson. He's not going to pan out. Don't waste your money. Cut him.
He's obviously going to be at 140 now, right? He's at 140.
Yeah, he's going to be at 140, but let him be somebody else's problem. He's not going to pan out.
I'm saying you wouldn't want to feed him to nobody else at 140.
For what he to honor the contract that they have, it's going to cost you in the neighborhood of $2 to $3 million a fight for a loose cannon. Honoring that contract is going to cost you money. Cut him.
Are they going to see a return on that loose cannon?
No, but you'll end up.
No,
that's what I'm saying. That because you're not going to see an ROI. You know, you're just going to end up spending more money trying to promote him. You know that, right? Cut him.
The fucking audacity, bro! You fucking lost. You lost your belt. You didn't make it, and you still do some dumb shit like this. Get rid of this fucking clown, bro.
Also, what's it called? Just to say another thing too. Like, I know we're talking like bad about him, but he is kind of like a Tio situation. I can't just feed Tio to somebody. That dude's still a good fighter. I can't feed you to anybody. That's not gonna work. This is not Jared Anderson we're talking about here.
Yeah, Keyshawn can fight.
He can fight.
Unfortunately,
I'm saying that if you look at it from a fiscal perspective, it's going to cost you a lot of money to continue to promote him, and he's already starting to unravel. You're just going to end up losing money, like you did with Jared Anderson, like you have with Teofimo. Their best bet to get an ROI on Teofimo is him fighting on somebody else's show, and we'll just get our cut. You know, we don't even want to promote you. We don't want to use money to promote you. That's the only chance they got to get an ROI on Teo. With Keyshawn, nip this in the bud before it starts. He's just going to cost you money, and he's not going to pan out.
You think that they should just do the same thing with Keyshawn? Just say like, all right, for the remainder of your fight deal, you're gonna fight on Turkey all the Sheik shows.
Yes,
yeah. Just give him to Riyadh. Give him to
Riyadh. Give him the Ring Magazine in Riyadh, and focus on Abdullah and Emmanuel. Build them.
Mm-hmm.
So far, so good with Abdullah. Can't say he did anything wrong. Can't complain. He's winning the way he's supposed to win. Focus on building Abdullah Mason and the Vargas kid as the super fight of 135. Focus on that.
That's fucking crazy. You lost your belt. You lost millions, and you still wilding out, bro. I would be devastated.
To be there, bro.
Lost his fucking mind.
I would be devastated.
Well, he was never stable, guys. I mean, remember that the kid, he was never stable psychologically.
Here we go.
Oh yeah,
I've seen this interview.
No, I'm not. No, wait. I'm not crying him a river. I'm just saying that he always had a screw loose.
I know, bro. I know, bro. Here we go, though. The American excuse, mental.
Yes,
at Ryan,
mental mouth.
Ryan, Tank, Tail. They're gonna add one to the mental, bro.
That's the ass, Chico. Never lie.
Chico.
To be fair, did he quite literally say like Shakur used to visit him at the mental hospital or some shit like that?
Literally, I think he's the only one with legitimate mental problems, bro.
Like, actually.
You know what? Use it as a gimmick. That's the only thing interesting about you right
that's
now.
Crazy, bro.
Whoa, man.
That's crazy. I don't know about that.
Keyshawn coming out in a straitjacket? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Comes out dressed as a bottle of Ritalin, a Seroquel.
You know what? They might use that, though. That might be the way, if they're going to actually try, which I think they actually will. They'll try to, pull it back. They'll try to, have him talk about his mental struggles or whatever.
And people, hopefully it works, because people are sick. And the mental health angle is like, look, unless you're schizophrenic, manic, or a manic depressive, let's stop with the mental health bullshit, please.
Oh, wait, I got the narrative right now, bro. My mental health has always been a problem. My brother, he was always the one that brought me through it. And when I watched him get beat up like that, something just snapped in me. And that's why I jumped this dude after he won the fight, bro. I got it right there, bro.
But it's not going to work. The people have are like that. When they make up their mind, they make up their mind. And I just think personally, the plan that y'all just said, give him the Riyadh, that's your best bet. Let him be somebody else's problem, because it's going to cost you about $2 to $3 million a fight to promote a loose cannon. For that, just let Turkey pay the fucking guy, bro, and get your cut.
I was about to say, get your cut. Get your little 20%.
Exactly. Get your 20% at no additional cost. He's still your fighter. You still get a piece of the action at no expense to you. That is the best course of action at this point.
And then when it's up, just get him up out of there. You fulfilled your contract.
Fucking Turkey's like, what the fuck did I get into? God damn.
I'll tell you, man. American fighters, man. I'm going to go to sleep, guys. I'm fucking tired. And it's been great. See you guys on the next one.
I'm going to go beat off right now.
Shout out to beating off.
Night, Jules.